city on its own, but the Research Triangle Park, and it's all Fortune 500 companies, and it's the size of a city, and that's right between Raleigh and Durham, and that's basically like everything's growing around that. It's not growing around Raleigh or Durham, but it's growing around this little business park in between the two cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So well, two cities are becoming one.
We have a big assembly plant in Durham. That's where they're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, engine assembly.
Okay, guys. Spend your experience points, please.
All right. I am
because it's only 3 of us today, but we will still have fun. I hope.
Oh yeah, man! It's been a while. I've been excited about it.
Yeah, that's why I really want to play today. You know, even with only 2 players, I think we can do this. I think we can do this.
I am going to give myself another attack.
That's always a good choice.
Yeah.
I doubt you have our old original character sheets in front of you right now. You don't have them at all.
I don't think I have them at all. Even in my email, you know.
The old one.
Okay.
Okay. So there's an attributes tab and a character sheet tab. Do I need to update? Okay, no. If I update one, it updates the other. It looks like.
Yeah. It works like that in row 20. You just put it in one, and it appears in the other.
Okay, and just so I'm clear, when I have 2 attacks, I can still use 2 attacks with a single melee weapon?
Yes, you can.
Okay. But I wasn't sure if I had to like use one attack with the spear, then another attack with the shield, or something like that.
No. But remember that the second attack is with a minus 10% penalty.
Okay.
To your weapon skill. Okay, so I've also created a new journal. I don't remember who was doing the notes last time, but of course I would ask one of you to do this. To do them, I mean, sorry.
I want to take 5 willpower, and then I think I'm done with the numerical stats. The last thing I have is Intimidate after that.
Okay.
For this.
So 5 willpower for you. Okay, cool.
I don't run away and freeze up so often, maybe.
So Brian, do you want to take the notes for today? All right.
Sure.
Are you on your second?
Yeah, this is the second one.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it.
No, that's all right.
No, I mean if Brian started, let him finish.
Yeah.
So he'll get another 30 points. Okay, so please give me, I mean I do of course remember everything, but give me a quick rundown, because the last game was almost a month ago.
Yeah.
I would like to know what you guys were doing, what are you planning to do, and what's the overall situation that you're in.
Alright, well I guess starting off, Gennaro is still ill. And
I don't think we had returned to the rest of the group yet. We had just finished the fight.
Yeah, we
the rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gennaro and Lucas stayed behind while we went off to try to find
Daubler, the
apothecary. Yep, Daubler. Yep. And on approaching his house, we found him dead.
Yeah.
Stabbed in the back by a mysterious-looking knife.
Actually, I think it was notched in his throat, but yeah, details. He was dead.
Yeah, the back of his throat.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. And then on our way out, after we gathered all the evidence we could from the apothecary's house.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me, what did you took from the apothecary's house? Because
I believe
there were quite a few things there, which I've mentioned, but I don't really remember what exactly did you do. Oh, by the way, Jason, awesome sketch as usual. Sorry, I just had to say it.
Thanks. I was trying a little different angle this time.
Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, so I know we took a vial that we that was labeled as an antidote.
There was notes in classical writing.
Yep, and we try to keep those as organized as possible, and we gathered those. I'm trying to think.
There was a letter R near house. Is that right?
Yeah, our near house, but you don't know who our near house is. Is that correct?
Yeah, but we're assuming he's on the other side of the wall so far.
Okay.
Like whoever he is.
Yeah, and is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there was.
I think did Sean take the black dagger with the?
No, you
No.
left the dagger alone.
We didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't want to mess with that.
There was a scent. Oh yeah, we have a vial of what's presumably an antidote, but there's only one dose, and
Yep.
a vial of the silver stuff.
Powder. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the bag of the powder as well from the river.
Yes.
Unless that's the same thing.
Well,
That
it
might be
looks
the
the
same.
same. It looks the same, so you can
Yeah.
presume that it probably is the same thing. But of course, you don't know for sure. Okay. So last time, you've just emerged from the small alley, leaving the corpses of the rats and a poor boy almost
Can I
devoured
check
alive.
the boy for anything identifying him or?
No, he was dirty, dirty little boy who was like you don't even know how old he was.
Okay.
Perhaps 6, perhaps 10 years old. The only thing that he had was a rusty knife behind his belt, and next to his corpse lay the bucket, which was full of dirty water now spilled in the gutter, mingling with his blood and the blood of the rats. It's a grim and perilous world after all. Yeah. So, you are making your way towards... Because I don't really know where you're going.
No, we're going back to the field hospital, I think, to talk to the priestess again.
Alright, to the Shallians. You go back to the field hospital, which was located, I believe, on this side, right?
Yeah, it's on this side of the river.
Yeah. As you approach the building, of course, you can smell the smell of death. It's not like the rest of Talagaad is free of it. You are walking past corpses laying in the side streets, and a few of them even lay on the main streets of the Talagaad. You can hear crows feasting on the dead, and sometimes you can see scaring fairy shapes, big fairy shapes, like similar to those that you just fought. However, they leave you alone for now, at least. As you approach the Shallian hospice, the situation grows dire. You can see many sick people outside the huge warehouse, which was repurposed to act as a place of healing for the goddess of mercy. But it looks like she's not been able to do much for those people. At least not yet. Perhaps not ever. Who knows?
This place smells worse than the slums of Nuln.
Actually, yeah, it does.
I'm gonna find a place for Gennaro to sit and get him situated.
Well, actually, Gennaro and Lucas are there. You've left them behind. You see that Gennaro is sitting, propped against the wall. He's obviously very tired and he's coughing. Also, what's his name? Leopold is with you. So, you approach your friends, and Lucas walks forwards with expression of interest as he looks at you, because you clearly took part in a battle.
Yeah, he's dead. The
Who's
apothecary.
dead?
The apothecary we found murdered at his desk.
Shit.
But we may have found something of use, but I'm not sure what use it's going to be unless we could get inside Talabheim.
crap.
I think we need to talk to the priestess again, kind of tell them what we found, and maybe they can help us get inside, because right now the guards aren't letting us in. And unless we have a really good excuse, I don't think they're gonna budge.
Well,
I think we do have a good excuse.
Oh yeah, we got something. We just need somebody of authority, maybe. If one of the priests can come with us, or something.
yeah.
I give Gennaro some nuts and fruit while everyone's talking.
Oh, thanks, boss. Ugh.
How are you doing, Gennaro? I say through my handkerchiefed mouth.
Yeah. Not doing too well, honestly. Something got me. But yeah, I'm tough. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Well, you see that he probably just, is braver than he looks, but he's clearly in a very bad shape.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, you can like, as you patted him on the shoulder, he began to shiver like. No,
I'm keeping my distance.
yeah, it's another shiver attack, says Lucas. He had quite few of those. The other people that I saw here, sick people, they tend to have them as well. This is getting serious, guys.
How are you feeling, Lucas?
Well, I'm still alive, but who knows how long that it will last, right?
No.
So anyway, that apothecary, he's dead. Who killed him?
I don't know. We found a knife in his back, a peculiar knife, and then we ran into quite a interesting ambush of giant rats.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Never
believe the
seen
city
anything
is
like
under
it.
siege, even though it doesn't seem like it yet.
Well, what do you mean, Sally?
Rats.
Well, I mean, yeah, there are rats because there are a lot of dead people here.
Giant
No,
rats, though. These
ones we
things
saw
are bigger
running-
than I've ever seen before. Bigger than a large dog.
Well, so they were just big rats. Well, when there are dead people, there are big rats, right?
But the rats that laid an ambush on us, these aren't normal rats.
These
They're
rats
thinking-
were bigger than Sally.
Boys, you did not, you were not raised in the forest like me. Rats are predators, and predators tend to spring ambushes. I mean, you don't mean to tell me that you think that somebody used those rats to ambush you, right? Because it sounds pretty silly, honestly.
I mean, so does rats pouring a silver substance into the river.
Well,
I don't think we knew those were rats, though.
Yeah, because we saw the paw prints. Remember, we saw the hunched figures with the tails, and
That's a good point. Could we have put that connection together, having fought those rats?
Well, I mean, you fought big rats, which in the old world isn't something that unusual. I mean, when you were in None, you saw in the poor districts, even next to Nero's tavern, a really big rats.
Yeah.
And as for those things, strangers or whoever, whatever they were near the river, well, it was certainly strange, but for you and the idea of a rat walking on hind legs is ludicrous. It's like something, that doesn't really happen. I mean, who would believe such a stupid thing?
Yeah, I was just wondering if we've, after fighting the rats up close and personal, if we could have made the connection that, hey, these feet look similar to the footprints.
No. The feet of those rats that you fought were much smaller. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Those feet, at the river, they were almost the size of a halfling's feet, or even small human's feet. And the things that you fought like an hour, less than an hour ago, well, they were just big animals, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, asks Leopold, how do you guys want to play it? I mean, okay, we'll go to the authorities, and what we will say them? If we'll show them, the things that we found in the apothecary's house, they will go check the house and they will find him dead. And guess what? we'll probably be to blame.
Well, not if we. I'm just trying to think how we can do this.
Even if we take a Shalayan priest with us, which I don't think we will, because they have so much to do with sick people, and I don't think they will, follow us around. How they will convince the guards that we didn't murder Daubler? We have his stuff, and I'm guessing that those books of his and notes are pretty important and perhaps pretty valuable. I think it would make us look really bad,
Yeah, it would require a lot of explaining.
Yeah. Perhaps they could, even see it as a desperate way to enter the city. And yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be arrested.
How are they getting into this city? Well, I guess we don't know anybody's in the city yet. It's just big rats.
Well, what about that contact from Nihilus? The one the one that we were sent to meet.
Yeah, aren't we?
Deadeye.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's somewhere behind the walls at this point.
He's supposed to make his presence known to us, from what I understand.
How the hell will we know how we look?
That was the same question I asked. Gosh, what's his name before we left?
Nihilus?
Nihilus, yeah.
I don't know, Nihilus seems to work in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I hope that we'll just find this person soon. Because
Do you what about the I guess I think we kind of talked about this before, but asking about Deadeye, I don't think that was going to result in anything.
Well, given how Nihilus works and how secretive he is, I don't think that asking about a witch hunter or a member of Imperial I don't know, spy network is probably a good idea.
Mm.
I'm briefing a Gennaro in Thailand.
Alright. You see
Chat
that
there.
he's trying to listen to you, but he's feeling so bad that you guess that he probably forgets half the things that you said. He's coughing, he's wheezing, he's shivering. He really doesn't look good. Guys, says Lucas. Besides, I mean, we'll have to stay somewhere for the night, right? We have our mule, and while you were gone, people who walked past, well, let's just say that they really liked our mule, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, does the Nine Tails have a stable?
I think it had.
I'm not sure you want to leave our mule in a stable at this point.
No,
Unless
but,
we're also staying in the stable.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't have a problem sleeping up in the stalls. It's somewhere.
We'll have to decide what to do, people.
Actually,
At this point, well, it's not looking good for us. We need to find a way to enter the city, or else we'll end up like Gennaro sooner or later.
I'm gonna kind of look up at the sky and kind of get an estimate of what time it is.
If I remember correctly, because it's the same day that you've arrived, right?
Yeah, back from the dropping off the little caravan.
Yeah, and can you please remind me which day Gennaro began to cough after you left the Bryce-Blatt? Or
This is day 2 or 3, I think.
Day 2 or 3, right? All right. So let's just say that it's day 2 for convenience and simplicity. All right. So it's.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I need to use sleight of hand to do this, but I want to show Lucas the antidote without anybody else seeing it. Just kind of like real quick.
It will be hard to do here because, like I said, there are quite few people right next to the entrance to the warehouse. Most of them are sick, of course, but you know they are. It's what Lucas said. They are looking at you with a mix of envy because you are clearly, well, rich. Let's just say, at least for people in Talagaad, and you also have a mule. So you are like, you know, you are those people who are watched very closely.
I'll whisper it to him then that we think we found the antidote, but we just have one dose, and we think we need it to replicate it once we find our near house.
Oh, so maybe we should just ask for that near house fellow, says Lucas.
Oh well, the last guy that was talking to him had a crazy looking dagger sticking in his neck.
Okay, but there's like 5 of us. I mean, how? What else do you want to do? Just, you know, be hopeful
I
that,
think we can
that
trust
Gennaro will
the
recover,
priestess.
or what?
No, we need to find this guy ASAP for Gennaro's sake and for everybody else's sake.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been like talking about. So
I think the only one we can even sort of let in on this information is the priestess.
So
Yeah, somebody of higher authority that I don't think could be a villain.
great. All right, so let's ask Priestess inside. I'll stay here with Gennaro and Leopold. Stay with me, please, because I really don't like the look some of those folk are giving our mule. All right, says Leopold.
Leopold.
You guys are fine with that?
Yeah, fill him in
Staying here with Gennaro?
with what we ran into.
Yeah, I will. Yes, we'll stay here with Gennaro and Lorenzo.
I hand Lucas my crossbow. I always forget to shoot it.
Oh, that's not exactly good strategy, Sally.
Yeah. But it's intimidating.
I take my sling out of my my belt and I wrap it around my fist.
All right. You do just that, sure. You guys entered the field hospice, which is exactly the same as you remember it from a few hours before. Overcrowded, full of sick, dying people. Also, there's a substantial number of dead people. Sorry for those sounds in the background, guys. We have a huge storm here in Warsaw. There's also a big number of dead people to whom grim-faced priests of More are giving last rites. But yeah, the whole building has this. Well, you are like you feel like you're in a place where hope died.
Yeah.
Very depressing.
I wanna mumble a little prayer to More as we walk by the pile of corpses. Or
Yeah.
yes.
You do that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll say a prayer for that kid too.
Oh yeah, for the kid in the alley. All right.
He's probably not going to get his last rites.
No, you guess that probably he's already been eaten to the bone.
Yeah.
Because you know.
I did what I could. I said my little prayer and left the 2 silver coins on his over his eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever that's worth.
You see that there are quite a few priestesses, and they're attending, like helpers, personnel, moving between beds, helping sick people, comforting them. But yes, you can see that all of them are bone weary and just exhausted, like dead exhausted, literally. So.
Do we see the priestess we saw before, that we talked to before?
Yeah, she's here.
I'm going to wait for her to notice us.
Well, you guess you'll be waiting for quite a long time.
Oh.
Okay.
Like I've
I'll
said,
go ahead.
those people are on maximum overdrive. There's too much for them to do, and they won't notice anyone who's not lying in bed dying, and you guys are, for all intents and purposes, healthy.
Well, we actually just went through a battle. Sally, are you injured? I have 3 hit points.
No. You don't have 3 hit points. You're heavily wounded.
Oh, well, I'm lightly wounded. I got some claw marks, but I'm not sure about Sally. You have 10 left?
Yeah, the thing is, I used the fate point because the rat got a crit on me, you know?
Okay, yeah, he got you in the...
Worse. Okay.
He got you in the groin, yeah. So we're both, we're lightly wounded, so I guess it's... Okay, I thought you were in critical or something like that.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I just got knocked out.
Okay. You fell asleep again.
Yeah, you see that Sally is a bit dazed still, but other than that, he's doing fine.
Yeah. You could be a disciple of Morg going to sleep all the time like that. The god of dreams.
The god of lazy people.
Well, I'm certainly a follower of Esmeralda. I like to take naps after a nice feast,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm being attacked.
You are laughing. Basically, there is what's it called? Mental disorder in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, which is basically obsessive compulsive, and its rules are that even during a battle, you can't stop doing what you are doing, and you will ignore blows. So, for example, you have to open and close the door while a huge orc just, hammers you with his fists.
That would suck.
I was actually thinking about giving this to one of my players in the other group, but I've decided to make him an alcoholic. It was much more fun.
Yeah.
Sadly, he died. Well,
yeah.
The party killed him.
Cirrhosis.
Yeah, well, they had enough of his shit. Yeah, anyway, you are standing there like people who don't really know what they are going to do. Nobody is really, giving you any attention, because, like I said, you are, for all intents and purposes, you are healthy.
All right, let's Sally, why don't you go up to her and let her know what we found.
I'm gonna greet her in Thailand, see if she speaks the same language, so we could have a conversation without everybody overhearing.
All right, you. Oh my God. Okay, I shall see. There's a big chance that she actually has.
Yeah, I figure she's very educated if she's a priestess,
All right. Yeah. As you approach her and you say something, buongiorno, bellissima, da. Yeah, pizza, and so on.
Pizza and macaroni. Spaghetti.
Yeah. It's a me, Mario. And you begin, say some gibberish in Thailand. She actually looks at you because it's so out of place, in a place like this, to hear Thailand language and well-spoken Thailand language, that she looks at you stunned for a second, and then she responds also in Italian. Can't you see I'm busy saving lives? What do you want?
We found what we think is 1 dose of an antidote.
What? She looks at you like she's not sure if you are making fun of her, or,
I nod like serious.
Or if you are actually trying, or if you are actually sent by Shalaya herself to help her. What are you talking about, Halfling? Is this some kind of sick joke? Sick joke. Sorry.
Pharmacist.
That was a sick joke.
Yeah.
The pharmacist is dead. He was killed by something. I don't know.
She looks pale as hell. Oh no, poor Dobler. He was such a good man. He helped us so much with that accursed plague.
Well, it seems as though he figured something out, but we need to figure out a way to replicate this. And this is...
Please,
I don't know anything about alchemy.
Let's go for a side. Sister Hildy, she speaks to a younger girl who's helping her. Please see that those people right there get their treatment. I will be with you shortly. Yes, yes, Priestess Anna. I will do this. And she takes you, by your hand, and she walks you right next to one of the corners of the warehouse. Oh my God, Vincent, I presume that you follow?
Yes.
All right.
If
Speak, Halfling. What do you have antidote? Really? Did Doubler found a way to actually combat this thing?
Yeah, I pull the notes out of my bag, like rolled up.
All right.
Or no, actually, didn't we put it in a like a map case?
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a tube. Yeah.
Yeah, I take that out and show her. I don't know how to make sense of any of this. It's written in. I'm assuming classic.
It's written in classical language. She quickly looks at the notes, and excuse me, because I will have also to look at the note right now. And my PC. Oh, okay, it's here. This book. Because you also took a book or not? I don't remember if you did.
we took pretty much anything that we thought was relevant.
Yeah, I have it written down. 1 second.
Okay.
Apothecary. Samples of gummy, slimy, silvery powder, faint bluish liquid, envelope with letter to Goddard. Notes next to samples, language, Reichsspiel, antidote. We have a letter.
Yeah, to near house.
Antidote, our near house. And I'm going to say our near house like really quietly because that's not in Thailand, and if anybody's listening.
If you're saying, you're saying our near house. She looks at you and the captain of the watch, the captain of the watchtower.
Really?
Rudolf Nearhouse is the commander of the High Watch garrison guarding the Wizard's Way, and he's a very, very respected man in Talabheim. Actually, his daughter is one of us. She's helping in the hospital. She's that poor girl that you can see outside, sobbing and crying. I think this whole thing is too much for her. Poor
Who is that again?
Poor girl. Who's Rudolf Nearhouse?
No, the girl. That's his daughter.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
She was sick with the plague, but she miraculously got better. But this seemed to have broken her, because she actually thinks that her her getting better means that other people will suffer and die. We are trying to comfort her, but to no avail. Anyway, show me those papers. This one, she shows you one of the written papers. You can't really understand anything of it. This is called Pale Shivers, which is the name that we have given the plague. They are. There are pages here, pages from the book, from a Thailand book called The Plague of the Principality. She reads for quite some time. You are, of course, waiting patiently. It seems that they refer to a disease that supposedly ravaged the Thailand city of Muraliano several centuries ago. The pale shivers referenced here were non-fatal, apparently. But look, she once again showed you, something in classical which you can't really read. This is written by Daubler's hand, and it reads, "Enhanced? How? To what purpose?" And here at the very end, you see another note from him. It reads, "In the water it was, but why? Only tempor." And then after this, it's this, ink blotch. You guess that he was killed when he was making that last paragraph.
Now, did we make the connection that what we found on the side of the river is the same stuff?
Yeah,
I'm assuming we did.
You're not a bunch of idiots.
All right. Well, I want to tell that to her. Be like, hey, we found some of this stuff on the side of the river when we were turning back to Talagaad. So
Really?
it makes sense that this is how it's getting spread.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's any way to communicate.
It was about
from the river, but
it was about a dozen hunched figures, leaving paw prints of all things, walking upright.
She looks
that
at
we're
you
dumping this stuff
she
in the
looks
river.
at you very sharply as you say these things. Right.
Either way, maybe you could get a little message out to the criers and get people from drinking that water.
It's too late for that. The plague has already spread, and there's no telling if it's already not inside Talabaston. Anyway, this is a very important find, but you will need to get inside the city, and fast.
Is this captain of the watchtower? Is he well versed?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can ask him for help. Hell, I mean, he's a hero, great man, much respected. He's actually.
But is he the one that can replicate the antidote?
Inside the city, there will be many people, many apothecaries who will be able to do this. We will not be able to do that. And as much as I would like to distribute this sample that you have to people in need, I know that it would be very selfish to help just a few of them while hundreds more would die. So in that case, I will ask you to reach inside the city as fast as possible and to find someone who will be able to replicate this cure.
All right.
I could do this, but I point to Gennaro with Lucas.
Gennaro is
that
yeah.
So
well, we point in that direction because she obviously knows we're part of the same group.
Can you look after my nephew back there? He's not a halfling. He's human.
Well, I can, but the thing is that we have so many people in need, Master Halfling, that I'm not sure if I'll be able to help your nephew.
I think he'll be safer here than he will on the road into the city.
Very well. I hope that you'll be able to enter the city. I hope that Nearhouse will let you in. Now, please go. Take the notes with you. Take the sample with you as well. And may Shalaya watch over you.
And I'll make sure my men here watch over you because you're the only other one that knows this information. I fear your life is at stake.
Thank you, but well, I mean, how worse can it be, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it can get a lot worse.
What?
I'm sure it can get a lot worse.
Oh, probably.
After what happened in the alleyway, I refuse to bring that up, but I'm like, yeah, it could get worse. All right. I would like to, I guess on our way out, is there anything else left to do here, Sally? We kind of
I don't think so.
Orders.
Should we take the mule? I kind of feel like Lucas and Gennaro aren't going to be able to fight people off with a stick if they get hungry.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, guys. The current, like the illness that's plaguing Talabheim is called the Grey Ague. Like I said before, the pale shivers was. It was this sickness that struck Miraliano a few centuries ago. Just FYI.
Have I heard of this?
No, I mean, in Thalia, plagues and sicknesses are, well, common thing, really.
So it doesn't stand out? No. It's not something I would have thought about? Okay.
No, not really.
Alright.
So you exit the building. The guys outside look at you with interest. So, asks Leopold, what did you find out?
Why don't you fill them in, Sally? I want to look for the
The girl?
What's the? Yeah,
You see her. She's sitting not far from your position on a barrel, crying softly.
All right, I want to approach her, kind of pull down the mask and be like, "So, rough time, isn't it?"
She looks at you with bloodshot eyes and she says,
We talked to the I guess it's not the head priestess, but we talked to priestess inside, and she told us what happened to you, and
It's a curse! A curse! I'm cursed, my whole family is cursed, and now my mother is dying as well.
well, we believe we're on the right track to getting this resolved, but right now we need your help in there with the rest of the priestesses to come to do whatever you can until we're able to, put in motion what we got planned. We have a solution. We just need to buy a little more time. So we need you in there. Can you help us out?
How did you get over your sickness? Did somebody give you something?
I want to kind of put my hand in front of Sally. Like that's not the time. Now is not the time. We're actually going to speak to your father now.
My father, he cursed me.
He cursed you. How did he curse you?
He made me feel good so that the others may die.
Well, we have a plan to make everybody feel good, but we need your father's help.
He won't help you.
And what he did to you was a blessing, and we want to
spread that.
And we want to spread that blessing to everybody else here. But we need you to stay calm and do your duty as a priestess of Shalia.
Roll for fellowship.
I want to kind of say that in my military. Let's see. I might have something. I've got. Let's see. I got. Trying to think. I thought I had something that is good for
command.
That I don't.
Command.
I got charm.
No, it won't work here.
Okay, so just generic fellowship.
Yeah. Actually, if you would use command on her, I would give you minus 20 penalty for that.
Hey! Success.
Hey, listen, you stupid bitch! Get yourself together!
And then I
Sigmar commands
it. Then I slap her with my mail backhand.
With your mail gauntlet.
Get in there!
Get in there! Yeah.
Textbook. But I don't need to do that.
No, fortunately you don't.
So I put my glove back on.
Oh, good to know.
Alright, so that's a success.
She, like... sorry. She went, you've calmed her a bit. Like, only a bit, and she says, "You're right, I must try. But please, try and help people in this city."
We're doing everything we can.
Thank you.
But everybody needs to do their part. We can't be slacking off.
Can you look after my friends?
Yes, I can and I will.
Thank you.
And with that, she got up and she started walking towards the entry to the field hospital.
Alright. So that's one more hand helping. Hopefully she can kind of give Gennaro a little more attention.
R&R. Yeah.
Alright.
So, nice work there, guys. Nice work. I'm fairly impressed.
Maybe you'll all help us when we talk to the guard captain.
Yeah, let's go rendezvous with Lucas and Gennaro. I think we should take the mule with us.
Yeah. Make sure Lucas and Leopold have whatever they need, and we'll lighten their load because they're gonna have a hard enough time without messing with the what's that thing's name?
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo the Mule.
Yes.
He's pretty swag.
Yeah. All right.
So, what now?
Back to Lucas and Gennaro and Leopold, so we could let them know what's going on.
You see that they are pretty impressed that you've managed to talk some sense into the hysterical priestess of Shalia. She was like, "Wow, Vincent," says Lucas, "you have a fine... You can certainly speak to women. You need to teach me that."
He's a regular Dr. Phil.
Who's Dr. Phil?
You are eating yourself to death.
Is he from Altdorf?
Out of character joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. So, anyway, asks Lucas, what now?
I think
Well,
you
we
guys
have
should take, a Gennaro, and we'll work to the other side of the wall. I think we know who we need to meet. If for whatever reason you need to find our near house. He's the captain of the watchtower.
Yeah, and we will give him, if we're able to get inside, we will give him your guys' name so he can hopefully get you guys in once Gennaro can snap out of this, hopefully. But either way, I don't think we're going to be able to get Gennaro in here right now, so we're going to go on ahead.
Well, I mean, okay guys, but how do you even know that he'll let you in?
Well, if all goes well, we'll make it in. If not, yeah, I guess you'll see us before the sun goes down.
I look at Gennaro and I said, "We're gonna get in. I don't care what it takes."
Well, if you say so, says Lucas, but you can clearly see that he's not exactly convinced that this plan of yours will work.
Oh.
I mean, how do you even know that that he'll be in for this job? If he's a captain of the gates, like you're saying, yeah, and they don't let anyone in.
The priestess has assured me that he's a good man.
Oh, come on, Sally, don't be bloody naive. It's like there are many good men in the Empire. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean smart in the current situation. I mean,
we have the letter from the guard captain
implicating him
to the apothecary.
Yeah, he had something to do with the antidote, and we think, I whisper, that he gave one to his daughter.
But how the hell did he got the antidote from Daubler?
Probably.
Or a third party that we haven't yet heard about, but we need to talk to Nearhouse.
Well, okay. We can try. I mean, what else do we have to do, right?
That's the only path forward, unfortunately.
If you want to talk, if he's really the commander of the high garrison, then he'll be in the in there, and he points towards Talbaston's main gate. Sorry,
Yep.
the only gate, and the fortress that's standing there, imposing and looking grim and dangerous.
Yeah. Well, that's our next stop.
Great. So
Now, Sally, do you? I'm kind of thinking about this again. If we run into anything, do we want to have the mule with us since we're only a party of two? We may want to be running slick with weapons ready to go.
Lucas, Leopold, do you think the mule is safe here with you?
Yeah, I mean, sure it can, but you know, Sally, if it comes to worse, we won't be able to defend Mule and Gennaro from a mob of people. And by the way, guys, didn't you heard that it's we can't stay at night with a mule because there are those bands of flagellants apparently going through Talagaad and burning anyone who looks like he's sick, even like only a bit sick.
All right. Well, then take everything you need from the mule because if we run into another band of giant rats, I don't know what to do. So just make sure everything valuable is off, and then we'll take the mule with us, and hopefully we could get through it without losing them.
Well,
So
I have everything I need here, says
So-
Lucas, but
Lucas takes his great axe and all that stuff.
yeah,
You got the crossbow, right?
I have your crossbow right here, Sally.
Unless Vincent, do you want to use it for now? I mean, you seem to have enough going on with your shield and spear.
Yeah, I can't carry that thing. A few extra pounds, I'm gonna fall over. I kind of
Yeah,
shrug my shoulders with all the weight that I've already got
I'm a
on
better
me.
shot with my sling anyway. That's the only thing I've ever killed rats with. Down at the
All
Cox.
We'll just have that ready to go.
All right.
Alright, guys, so take all
Fuck you guys.
take all you need from here, and yeah, and we'll just wait for you here. Just don't take too long. I really don't like the idea of staying here. This place is damn dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
So I hope that
We're gonna move as fast as we can.
this gambit of yours will pay out.
Yeah, I highlighted the two-handed axe in Lorenzo's
just so
inventory.
if this won't work out, from now on I don't want to be like traveling in pairs. We should stick together for safety.
Yeah, agreed. But I think the circumstances are kind of driving this one.
We can't leave Gennaro here by himself.
Yeah, I know. That's why we should travel all together with Gennaro, and not split the party when we'll be more vulnerable, right?
I mean, if you think we can get him into the city, but I'm not sure they're gonna let him in.
Yeah, he might be the wrench in the cogs.
They're like,
As a,
where is the sun right now? Is it late in the day?
Still pretty light.
Okay. Do you guys want to come with us to the gate? If they don't let you in, you could always just come back here.
Yeah, we'll do this. I mean, we won't travel with you to the gate, but we'll travel to the base of the Wizard's Way.
Right.
And
yeah,
yeah.
just try to keep it down, Gennaro, as best you can, and stay behind Lorenzo, and try to look healthy.
That's the plan.
Put a rag over your face like I have, just as a
Precaution.
for two effects. Yeah, as a precaution for us and to kind of hide your sickness a little more.
I'll do the same.
All right. So you're just covering your faces and travel towards the Wizard's Way.
All right, I want to offer to lead by a little bit just in case we get ambushed. That way, everybody else can kind of react with ranged weapons and whatnot, versus everybody getting ambushed at once. So,
If we have an option, I say we do not engage. We just run.
yeah. Also, Sally, I don't know. I guess Lucas would probably be using the nice bow that we have, the best quality bow, right?
I mean, whoever wants to use the crossbow, I think I'll be more efficient with the sling.
I mean the best quality bow we have.
Out of character, isn't the crossbow stronger?
Yes, but it doesn't hit as good, and it doesn't require. Well, both the bow and the crossbow don't require any skill.
Actually,
to use.
the bow does, because it's a long bow.
Oh, it's a longbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
a
then,
long
yeah.
hunting
Yeah.
bow from from
All right.
Topland, so it does require a special skill.
Okay. I thought it was a regular bow. All right.
Oh no. But it definitely looks best quality.
Okay. Well, then that's still packed away, I guess.
Now, when I use my sling, isn't there something where you can put 2 stones in it to fire?
2 stones at once?
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't. Only one.
Okay.
Not enough space. And even if you could, it would probably just mean that the shot would be spoiled.
Yeah, I think that's a fantasy battle rule or something.
I want my stones accessible then, so I just have to unravel the sling.
All right, no worries. You make your way towards the Wizard's Way and the highest tower, the main garrison guarding the entrance to Talabheim itself. Building looks imposing, and as you make your way towards there, of course, it's ridiculous to think about that, but you have this feeling that soldiers manning the tower and the adjacent smaller towers are looking at you and aiming their guns at you even now. However, you make your way there, and at the base of the tower, Gennaro, Lucas, and Leopold stop, and tell you, all right, guys, wait for you here. Don't take too long.
Alrighty.
All right. We'll let you know what's going on ASAP. Okay, I guess we make our way to the watchtower. We're leaving the mule with them?
Yeah, we're just taking our personal stuff.
So,
alrighty.
You are leaving.
We're going to head inside or towards the guard tower.
You begin to walk the Wizard's Way. It's almost 60. It goes up almost 60 meters, and it's so wide that actually a couple of carts could drive, side by side through it. You guess that normally, I mean, where there's no plague running amok, there would probably be hundreds of people on this road. But right now, you're the only ones who are walking up the Wizard's Way towards the tallest tower. It takes you almost 15 minutes to reach the top, because, as you can see on the map, the tallest tower snakes a bit, and you are just, you are generally tired as you reach the top. At the very top, there's the fortress. The gates, of course, are closed. Huge black iron crates have been drawn. They've been put down. You can see firing slits and windows, and basically, the whole building, it just looks ominous and imposing, sticking right from the Tau Baston crater walls. Of course, as you approach the fortress, side doors open, and a group of soldiers in Talabheim's livery run outside. There are 10 of them. 5 are armed with halberds, and the other 5 with handguns, which they point at you. Halt! In the Emperor's name, halt where you are. You cannot enter the city.
I'm going to
Turn around
halt.
and walk away.
We request audience with the guard captain.
Captain Nearhouse.
On whose authority?
Sigmar?
On the authority of the priest of Shalia down in Talagaad. Which is almost the truth.
And it's concerning his daughter.
As you say this, they look at you, And they turn their guns on you. What?
She's in good health, but it is kind of concerning her too.
Well, the guards now begin to approach you, and you can see that that they're not in a funny mood. One of them, a sergeant, probably by the look of it, walks forward with his halberd lowered. What did you do to Captain Nearhouse's daughter? He speaks.
Nothing.
Calmly and quietly.
Talk to her.
Talk to her.
No, we were at a council with the priest of Shalia. We have important information regarding the plague which is going on down there, and we have positive news about the captain's daughter as well that we are also delivering.
He looks at you for quite some time.
So we request audience with the captain.
Very well. Alright. Wait here. And don't go anywhere. You men! He points towards the rest of his unit. Guard them. If they try to run, shoot. Yes, sir! Says the rest of the soldiers. And they...
I'm gonna look down. Yeah. And while we're waiting, I'm gonna be talking to Sally. I'm glad we didn't run into those, and kind of in a hushed voice, those damn creatures. I don't know, those rats, they really got to me. I thought I was done for.
Me too. I just wish you could have done something good.
I don't know what it was. I felt more comfortable in the house in Nuln than I did fighting those creatures. I don't know what it is. They're too small, too close to the ground.
For a city that's supposed to be all about rules, there seems to be no rules here. No natural law, no nothing.
Not doing a very good job at enforcing it, that's for sure.
I pass you my pipe.
Yeah, you see that the rest of the soldiers are still, they are like statues. 4 of them are surrounding you with their halberds lowered, and the other 5 with handguns are still, training them on your heads.
Realizing that they're probably very tense, I want to try to act as relaxed as a kind of not sarcastic, but yeah, I'm supposed to be here. I don't care how stressed you guys are. Trying to ignore them in their entirety.
Roll for willpower.
Both of us?
No, I mean only Vincent, because Sally, I presume, doesn't try this, or does he?
I mean, I'm trying to look calm with the pipe and all that, I have guns trained on me, but I roll if you want.
Oh,
no, you
yeah,
don't have.
I failed.
You try to look calm, but you are sweating because 5 handguns are aiming at your head, basically.
All right, I'm going to.
These guys, they will shoot. I mean, they have fingers on their triggers. They are, squinting their eyes. They don't take any chances, basically.
Okay, I'm going to kind of hesitantly, kind of nervously look at the guards while drawing a couple puffs of from the pipe before giving it back to Sally.
All right. They don't even blink. You are waiting for almost 20 minutes. Finally, the commander, sergeant or corporal, who's this kind of old grizzled fella with long, bushy, grey beard, and in fact he has an eye patch. Walks out and speaks to you. The captain will not see you today, but you may try and come back tomorrow. He needs to check something.
He has an eye patch?
What?
Yeah.
Does he have any, kind of looking at his dress, does he have any kind of amulets or anything that might resemble something that Nihilus wore?
No. Nihilus wore pretty ordinary clothes. I mean, you know, he only had this amulet of Sigmar on his neck, but other than that, he didn't really distinguish himself from any other, you know, person on well, adventure type person on the streets of Naun. I guess that's what it was all about, right? Not to stick out.
Yeah.
What is your name, sir?
I am Corporal Marcus Heldwischt.
Oh, so he's military. He's not.
No, it's I mean, like I said before, these are Talabheim soldiers, dressed
Okay.
in red and white of this city.
Okay. So the guy who came out and said that he'll see us later is just a corporal.
Yeah. Need to try something else.
He
Okay.
told you that Captain will see you tomorrow, that you may try tomorrow. Right now, Captain needs to check a few things. Where will you be staying?
Well,
Hospital.
either the hospital or
You sick?
Nine Tails.
No, sir.
No, but we are working for the Priest of Shalia, as we said before. So we will be reporting back to them and
I've heard
telling
that.
That
them
is where we
of,
met the. That's where we met the captain's daughter.
Very well.
we're going to have to explain why we failed in our attempt to speak with the captain. So we'll either be at the hospital or we'll be at the Nine Tails.
Tell whoever you want that Captain is a busy man and that right now you actually need to, you know, not just anyone can speak with him.
I take one step forward. I plead with you, sir. You and your men surely have family around here, and this plague will catch up with all of us.
I've said that he will see you tomorrow, Halfling. Now I suggest that you turn around and walk down the road.
I'm going to I'm going to look at Sally and say, "Man, that corporal kind of reminded me of that guy we met that had that dead eye, that dead left eye." And as I turn around and start walking away.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Deadeye?
No. I'm just trying to, a play of words. Yeah. That lazy dead eye.
This guy doesn't react in any way.
Okay.
When I take a step back and I want to look at the wall behind him, like in my head, I'm thinking about
Yeah.
like what it would take to get past him.
All right.
All right.
You walk down the wizard's way. Even as you began to walk down, the soldiers just turn around and return to the side entrance of the citadel, right under the arch that normally hundreds of people every day would walk in and out of the city through. But right now, only you two are walking down the way of the wizards. Walking down, of course, takes you much faster. So after a few minutes, you are back to you are back with your friends. Lucas, Leopold, and Gennaro are looking expectantly at you. So, how did it went? Vafanculo.
Well, we couldn't get a word with the guy we needed to speak to, but his subordinate said he would meet with us tomorrow, so I'm not sure if there's any truth to that.
Well, it's better than nothing, says Lucas.
We'll give him to tomorrow, and then we gotta find a way in if he's not gonna let us.
Yeah, I guess so.
We need to.
We don't really have a choice. Not much choice, anyway.
Yeah, we ought to decide where we want to stay.
Is the garrison and the jail on that side of the wall, or on this side?
Well, probably on the other side, I guess. I don't think that they would keep criminals outside of the city walls, says Lucas.
Huh.
Why are you asking?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be one way in.
Oh, well, yes. I
Clever.
think that in the current situation, if you try anything funny, Sally, they would just kill you.
Yeah, this is considered this a war zone, and if whatever my father told me back in the day, they in the time of war they're pretty darn strict.
Unless they think you have information, and they'll just try and beat it out of you.
Well,
Which could buy us some time.
yes, and how
Well, that's
how
yeah.
well are are you like accustomed to torture?
Not so much.
All right,
Some
all
of the
right.
guards like Talia would, there'd be a heist, and they'd round up all the wise guys and, knock out a tooth or two, and we'd tell them to go fuck their mothers, but
Go
that's
get
about
your
as far
shine.
as they
Go get your shine box.
go get your shine box.
All right, that's a great idea, Sally. We'll save that for Plan Z.
Yeah.
But let's go with Plan A through C first.
What's
Shall
B
we?
and
Well, I say we stay the night, see what we could do. If there's any hand we can do at the hospital, maybe we can do that. Starting to get dark, so we may want to try to find a stable for Lorenzo. And
I honestly would not remain near the hospital, people, says Leopold. There's a big chance that we might catch, the same thing that Gennaro has, and besides, with all those fanatics, I would just like to rent a room, even if it would mean that we would have to pay extra, try and hopefully find a stable for Lorenzo and just eat a hot meal. Any hot meal will do.
yeah, I'll stay with Lorenzo. I can sleep up in the hay rafters.
No, like I said, let's try and stick together. I mean, as much
Let's
as
all
I
stay.
like Lorenzo, he's just a mule. But if those, I saw fanatics before, with torches and pitchforks, and if they will get you, Vincent, well, you'll be done for.
I don't think a fanatic is going to be the end of me. Those damn rats, on the other hand.
Well, hopefully, neither the rats nor the fanatics will be the end of you, my friend.
All right.
Let's make sure of that.
That's
if Mirhas ignores our pleas, we could always return with his daughter and see if she can convince him to hear us out.
If she'll be able to walk with us on her own free will.
Yeah. We made contact with her, so if things don't work out, that would be a good alternative if we don't get our meeting. But let's just play it out. If they want to delay things, let them delay things. But we should probably find a stable soon. It's starting to get a little. The shadows are getting long.
Yeah, I know, and I don't want to run either into those fanatics or those big rats that you mentioned before.
So there's the eolin or the 10-tailed cat. What do you guys think?
Well, we said we were going to the 10-tail.
The eel was closed, remember?
Oh yeah.
So we need to go to 10-tail and hope that there will be rooms to spare, or even even some space in the common hall. Common room.
The stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we should keep Gennaro under wraps unless they're willing to watch over him at the hospital for the night.
Well, I mean, assume that they will let us in with Gennaro, says Lucas. If he'll be coughing like crazy, they won't let a sick person inside. No way.
You think they'd let us be in the stable?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Yeah, maybe, but maybe he can stay at the hospital overnight, or with the priestesses.
He's not that sick. They won't give him a bed.
Okay.
I saw
Well,
people there. The only ones who stayed inside were the ones that were literally dying. And, those feeling better were left outside. I don't think that anyone safe would stay near a hospital outside in the night with all those torch-wielding crazies.
all right. Well, we're passing the hospital anyway, right? On our way to the Nine Tails.
Yeah, it's not far.
Okay, I wanna speak with the priest of Moor on the way over there, real briefly.
All right. Actually,
Priest of Moor.
as you approach the hospital, you see a scene. Because, like I said, the hospital is in a warehouse right next to the river, and you can see that while you are walking right next to the docks, on this side of the river, you see that there's a group of people who are shouting desperately towards a boat that's slowly making its way down the Talagaad. And you see that few of them, apparently very desperate, jump into the water and begin to swim towards the boat. With their meager belongings strapped to their backs or even held in one of their hands. When they are about halfway towards the boat, a few men stationed on the deck begins to fire towards them with their handguns and crossbows. None of the swimmers make it to the boat, and you see that their bodies begin to drift down the river with their belongings still clutched in their dead hands.
They shoot him.
What?
Why did they shoot him?
Well, guess because probably they had the plague and they don't want those people with the plague on the deck.
I got you.
Yeah, and the rest of the people, when they saw what happened to their comrades, of course, begin to wail and cry with desperation, frustration, and terror. But they just, they didn't try anything funny, anything like their now deceased friends. The boat soon, crossed the border of the city and and disappear, and it will soon disappear from your view.
Even those without the plague are still affected.
That was horrible, says Lucas. It's like
I take my hat off and I put it over my heart. It's like
it's like seriously horrible. In times like this, people are, they act like beasts more.
Everybody's trying to survive, and they're doing what they think is best in order to keep themselves alive. Unfortunately, it's a harsh reality in times like this.
afraid we'll have to do the same.
Leopold, you know what I'm talking about. Hinting to the desperation of, the somberness of Westphalia. Not Westphalia. Wissenland.
Wissenland, yeah. Yeah, I guess I know, but still, this... this was really grim.
Such is life. I do my little downward over the eyes motion, little salute to Moore.
Right. Yeah, I guess that, those people there probably could use some last rites. But
Yeah.
these are tough times. And everyone just, does what they need to do. Okay, guys.
I want to just continue walking, as if it's all past.
Yeah, I'm being extra vigilant when we go past alleyways and stuff, and I have my sling ready.
Well, you don't think you'll be needing to use it, but yeah, of course you are looking out for potential threats. Hopefully, nothing too serious is lurking for you right now, although you don't know how it would look in the night on the streets. Probably much worse. You are finally approaching the hospital. How do you want to play this, guys?
Well, Sally, do you want to report to the priestess? I'm going to speak with the priest of Moor. Just let her know that we're waiting for a reply. Hopefully it comes tomorrow.
And you seem to have a rapport with the captain's daughter. Maybe ask her if there's something we can say or do to convince him to speak with us.
Yeah, I'll mention it to her. See if I could get anything.
Okay. I'll go off and talk to the priestess then.
Who's talking to priestess?
I will.
Sally, right?
Yeah.
Alright. You once again enter the hospital, and once again you are assailed by the stench of the dead and dying. No surprises here, really. Just like, you're not very surprised to see the priestess, Anna, and her followers, working their ass off, trying to help people. But it's not looking very good. As you approach her, she lifts her head from an older woman whose chest and throat are covered in those gray-like, spots, patches, really. She looks at you expectantly. Oh, you're back. Come here, quick! And she leads you to the side.
I follow.
Tell me, did you make it? Did you spoke to the captain?
His sergeant wouldn't let us speak with him, but he said that the captain would find us here tomorrow.
It was a corporal. Don't promote the guy.
You're not there, Vincent.
I know. I know.
Yeah, just kidding, mate. Really, I don't believe that Captain Nearhouse will come here. Halfling.
I fear the same thing.
Right now, he's not. Let's just say he's not a very popular person. I mean, I know that I said that he's a good and honorable man, but that was, well, many people still think that, and I think that too. But he's the one responsible for, gates to the city being closed, and for not allowing anyone to enter. So he won't risk and come here even in the assistance of soldiers. It's too risky.
So how do we get an audience with him? You seem to know him.
Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps he'll need to check you up. I have no idea. Maybe you could try speaking with Katrina, his daughter. She returned to us. She's helping with the sick, and she points towards the girl that Vincent spoke to. But I don't know if it will help. I've heard that Nearhouse's wife has also got the plague.
Well, so he should definitely be concerned about this. But the problem is, we can't even get a word to let him know that's what we want to talk about.
Well, then, just wait then for a day or two more. Maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe he'll see you. I don't know how else could you get inside the city, honestly. And it's very important that you do.
I have a question. This presumed antidote, is this one dose?
From the look of it, yes, I would say that it would be good for a single person, maybe two. But yeah, I don't think that it would help more than a few people.
I'd like to give some to my nephew, but I want to make sure there's enough to replicate it.
I understand you, Halfling, but first of all, we don't really know if it will work. Second of all, if you give this to your nephew, you'll be condemning many more people to death.
That's what I was afraid of.
I can, of course, force you to do anything, but just think about the others. And like I said, there's no guarantee that inside Talabheim it's any better than here.
Well, I'll hold out for a few more days.
Thank you, and I also thank you in the name of the others who are in need.
My nephew seems to understand this as well.
He's a
That if he were to take it, that many more would die.
yes. He's apparently a strong person. You should take direction from him in this manner, in this case.
I will.
Good. Now I'm sorry, but I have to return to the people in need.
I tip my hat.
She does the symbol of Shalaya, and then she returns to her duties. You know. You return to Vincent.
Vincent said he was going to talk to the girl. He already has a rapport, so I don't want to do that yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys. We'll take a few minutes break. Okay, I need to get something to drink, and I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yes.
So yeah, Brian, if you wanted, like, they have all the rules for the older armies for Age of Sigmar, so you could play fantasy battles with the new rules. I actually like the new rules better than the old rules.
More simplified.
Well, all the rules are on 4 pages, and there's a lot of things. There's a couple things I don't care for, but there are a lot of things that like make sense that didn't make sense in the other game. And actually, from a terrain creating perspective, the fact that you don't have to be in tight formations, you can have like really narrow street battles and not have to mess with movement stands and keeping
Changing
cohesion
formations
and stuff.
and all that. Having
Yeah.
movement. I'll be right back. I'm actually gonna get a drink. While we're on break. Okay, 1 second.
sorry for the wait. You here, guys?
I am. Brian went to get a drink.
Cool. Yeah, I also have a nice drink right here. Some aloe and green tea.
Yeah.
Always a nice thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man. Right now I'm in the process of removing all of my models from spruce. I actually have only one model left that I need to cut out.
What models?
All of them. I had like 50 spruce with models, mostly for my 40k army. Imperial Guard and Alpha Legion, but also for my Empire Fantasy.
Okay.
I only have Karl Franz left.
I have Karl Franz.
The old one or the new one?
I have both Karl Franz's. Oh, no. I have the old Karl Franz.
It's a very cool model. I have the new one actually. It's also cool, but I like the old one a lot.
Yeah, it's after next to all the other models, because I have an unpainted Jade Wizard on Griffin. Like it looks kind of funny, so I'm actually thinking about taking the old Karl Franz and just putting them on a horse, because that I think looks a lot better, and just use him as an Empire General. Karl Franz.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, because you can mount. I mean, you can deploy Karl Franz on foot, I think, mounted, and on the Griffin. Depending on the edition, of course, but I think that in every edition you can do that, except the 5th, where he had to have the Deathclaw. His Griffin mount.
Or if you find a dragon, you could throw him on a dragon.
Yeah, Imperial Dragon, and he's just he's very good. He's very good indeed.
Now, something I want to try is the Age of Sigmar rules, but using the Empire army.
I've heard that it's actually pretty good now, rules-wise. That Age of Sigmar, with the General's Handbook and the skirmish rules, is actually pretty good. I still think it's a pile of atrocious shit when it comes to war.
I would play it as fantasy in the old world using the Age of Sigmar rules, because I really like the rules a lot more than the old rules.
Yeah, many people actually do play it that way, and I'll be first to say that the old rules of Warhammer Fantasy, especially the 8th edition, were very fucking horrible.
Yeah, that was clunky.
Yeah, I mean, guys, like I said, I just finished like cutting all the minis. I've glued a few missing Empire miniatures, and glued some bits on the on some other ones, and I had to like put some of them right next to the others in my stand. I have those 2 glass stands for my miniatures.
Oh, I got something like that too.
Yeah, and it was horrible because, like, back when Warhammer Fantasy had all those unified models, like monopose, it was okay, and I actually really like that. But then, for example, in 7th edition, they've given the Empire, all those kits for handgunners, swordsmen, spearmen, and when you assemble them, they don't stick together. So you
can't put them in a formation.
Yeah, exactly. And I have like shit ton of models because I've bought them. I've bought a lot of them very cheaply, and I have them in trays, movement trays, and it's like you touch one and they all fall down because they like not sticking. They are poking each other with swords. It's like it's horrible. I hate this. And actually, the idea about using round bases in Age of Sigmar is good. I don't have anything against that. Let me tell you, I love round bases. Because I have, no joke, I probably have more than 100 Empire miniatures. Cavalry, infantry, skirmishers, cannons. I have fucking Karl Franz, which I need to glue, and I'll need to buy demigryphs. And they just, like, I don't want to touch them. I don't want to, like, take them out of the goddamn box. Because they don't stick together.
I made a regiment of 80 dwarf warriors. Half of them are I think it was 2nd edition. They're like really old. The the single pose dwarfs with the axe in the air, like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
they're cool.
Like if you sprinkle in like half of them are like that, and you space them out, the multi-pose dwarfs that kind of take up more room than their base, they don't really knock into the other models as long as you use the old school ones next to them. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, because I have 2 units of old school Empire Halberdiers and Spearmen, and like I had to one unit like had 2 guys left, so I've so I glued I've put together 2 modern ones, and they are doing pretty fine when standing next to the others, because the monopose minis are like, there's much more space when you put them right next to each other.
yeah, most of my Empire guys are the previous versions. Like my handgunners and spearmen are from like the older box set, like the plastic ones.
Oh, okay.
And I prefer them because their handguns are more realistic in size.
Yeah, the new handguns are just horrible. I hate them.
Yeah, they're too. I have a set, and I made one of them, and he's like the marksman with the long rifle. Yeah, and then all my great swords are the old metal ones, which I think look way better than the plastic versions.
Actually, the new greatswords are probably the best, like, modern sculpts for the Empire, because they are realistic looking. But I hate the new state troops. They just look goofy. They have all those stupid faces. Some of them don't have shoes, and
there's
the infamous.
Like their head looks like a freaking peacock.
Yeah, because there's the infamous monkey face head there. The guy who looks like a monkey, no joke. And and people who play Empire call him the monkey face.
Yeah. I love the metal greatswords though. Like
I do. I have a command group of metal hands greatswords, and it's great. I do actually have I have a few Dogs of War models, like Bronzino's Galloper guns. I have Vesperos Vendetta. I have Long Drunk Slayer pirates, which I'm very proud of, although they're not painted yet. But and all those older models, even metal ones, they're not usually monopose, but they still stick together better than the new bloody plastic ones.
Yeah, they're like designed to be in a formation.
Yeah.
I have a unit of what is it, Rico's Republican Guard, the pikemen.
Yeah, I love those guys. They're awesome.
I wish I had a lot more. I think I only have like 10 at this point.
Well, for 10 of these guys is worth, probably in Poland, they could be worth like $50. And I generally see that it's actually, I need to speak with Andy about that, and I don't know how you guys feel about the old hammer thingy, but it's much easier to get OOP models in Poland for a very good price. Like I saw on American eBay or British eBay, some of the prices for things like Bronzino and Republican Guard and so on, it's like outrageous. And here you can buy them, some of them, very, very cheaply. So, like, if you don't mind, paying for postage and waiting for a few weeks, it's probably a good idea to buy lots of out of production stuff here and just,
I think Italy's the same way, to be honest. Like on eBay, they have all kinds of OOP models that I don't even remember being released, like from Mordheim and stuff. Like really rare models. Like they all seem to come from Italy for some reason.
Yeah, actually Mordheim is very expensive here in Poland. But I did saw a few warbands which you buy, in a bundle, and the price was high but still reasonable compared to price, for example, in the States. But like I saw, I think 20 Teutogen guards. It's for 6th edition Ulrich army for Storm of Chaos, and they were costing like 500 zloty, which is about $150–120. So it really varies, but generally you can still get things rather cheap here, and it's cool.
Yeah. You guys don't use euros?
Not yet, and I don't know if we will. I mean, it's transition to euro. I mean, there's a huge disproportion in payment between Poland and the rest of the European Union countries.
I was thought Poland was on the euro for some reason.
No, no. So so switching to euros would probably increase prices and whatnot, and people would not be happy about it because we are way back in salary fees compared to Germany or France or Great Britain.
It would sabotage Poland, but be beneficial to everybody else.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like zloty is working fine right now. It's
no
need really. I'm not saying that I don't want to see euros. I do, but doing something like that would require a lot of brain and good ideas. But anyway, let's skip the politics and go back to game.
All right.
So you are Vincent. You are walking to Katerina, who is helping people in need. She's giving. She's putting cold, damp cloth on the brow of an elderly man, shivering horribly. As she sees you approach, she looks at you and, "Oh, it's you. I'm helping. I'm helping like you told me to."
Yeah, I want to smile at her like a
reassuring,
very friendly, reassuring, and I want to say, thank you for doing this. I know it's probably difficult with what you've been through, especially your situation, but we need all the help we could get.
No, it is I who thank you. You show me that my purpose is here with those in need. I was selfish to think that I could wallow in my self-pity.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you need my help or something? There are a lot of people here who do.
Well, I guess Sally, you're approaching me at the time. I really haven't heard your conversation, so.
Yeah, I'll let you do the talking. Out of character, what you were gonna say before is pretty much the same thing you need to say now. So carry on.
Yeah. Well, we may need you in the future. We try to get a message to your father, and unfortunately
My father, she says, and you see once again that tears begin to flow.
Yes,
her eyes.
We're trying to get into the city, and obviously your father is in a position of authority as far as getting in, and we spoke with one of his corporals, and
my father won't help you. I know that. He cursed me. He made me. I was sick, and he made something, and now I'm not sick, but others are dying. My mother is dying, and people here are dying. It's all because of him. She's rather angry for him.
Well, yeah.
Could you help us talk to him?
It's no use. I won't. I'm needed here. Besides, I would advise you to stay away from my father.
Well, this is all fine. We don't really need to communicate with your father, but we need to get inside, and it seems like your father is our best chance of getting inside. And our business inside the city is this plague, and helping get rid of this plague, and hopefully relieving the stress that you're going through by curing the rest of the city. And in doing that, unfortunately, we need to go through your father. We're set up to have a meeting with him, but from the sound of it,
the priest
he may stand us up.
He's going to keep his end on that.
So, I don't know. Might you have an idea? Do you think you can help us speak with your father, or at least?
I don't want to speak with my father ever again, and that's final.
I understand.
But you also want to save these people, don't you?
Yes, but my father won't help with that.
I understand. We don't. I don't want to put you in front of your father.
I believe that my father made a deal with, and she whispers quietly, infernal forces, to help me. I don't want to have anything to do with him ever again. And
Very
those
well, but
people
we...
here will be saved by Shalia, not by my father.
Why do you think he's making some kind of deal like that?
I don't know. If he'll see you, you can ask him yourself.
I'm going to kind of put my hand up as kind of a, okay, let's kind of come, but I don't want to put you in front of your father, but we need to have a meeting with him, regardless of what's going on here. He is our only way into the city. We unfortunately must work with that in order to get into the city.
I won't be able to help you.
You won't be able to help us.
No,
not even set up a meeting between just him and us.
I don't have the power to set a meeting with him. Don't you understand?
No, but
I'm
the
just
sergeant
the priestess of
seemed to perk
Shalia.
up when we mentioned you.
What?
The sergeant seemed to perk up when we mentioned you, and the fact that your father has healed you means he still cares about you.
Well, he probably perked because I'm captain's daughter. Don't you think that? Don't you think about that?
Right.
Why do you think your healing is a curse?
Because look around. Look around you. You see all those people here, dead and dying, and I'm fine and alive. I was like them not so long ago. Coughing, wheezing, shivering, and now I'm fine. And
you are doing for these people the very thing that your father did for you.
No, I'm not, because my father healed me, and not those people. Why is it that I'm fine and they are not? This is horrible. This is against the code of Shalaya.
I'm gonna whisper. There is a cure, but there's one dose, and we have to get it to the other side of the wall to make more. And your father's the thing that's standing between us. Can you please help us?
She looks at you, suspicious, and I don't want. You see that she's just tired. I don't want anything to do with that halfling. I don't want to play my father's games. I'm just here to help those people. I'm sure that you are resourceful enough to go behind the walls yourselves. Now please, leave me be. Let me help those people here. And last word of advice, stay away from my father. Stay away from a person who thinks that one life is more important than all the others.
Out of character, was the guard captain? Was he the one on the letters to the apothecary?
Yeah.
Yeah, our near house. Yeah.
Okay. So though she doesn't realize it, the captain is actually
working on the
working undercover to cure this mess. Okay. We should probably still keep that undercover, or should we?
I'm not sure she's gonna help us. I mean, we pitched it everywhere.
Her mind is set, so even trying to convince her could lead to trouble. Well, I guess we ought to see if there's a meeting. I don't know. What do you say, Sally?
Yeah, let's find a stable for the night, and we'll come back here tomorrow so the captain can not show.
Okay.
And we march back up to the watchtower.
Yeah. All right. Before I leave to talk to the priests of Moor, I want to, very sincerely say, thank you again to the daughter. Sorry to have bothered you.
She does not and returns to her duties.
Okay. That bitch.
It's a confused one.
Gosh.
Women.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
All right. I want to approach one of the priests of Moor.
Yeah, you approach one of the dour priests of Moor. His face is almost completely hidden under, his long black cowl. He's got a string of skulls around his neck. and he just finished giving last rites to a body of, well, little boy, maybe 15 summers old. May more welcome you to his kingdom, he says,
Father.
and then turns to you. Whoa.
Father, I've been a devout follower of Moore for a great deal of my life, and when a first night at Talagaad, I've had a dream or a vision that was very vivid, and I feel like it was a calling to more, and I want to follow that calling. Can you give me some direction and how I can follow the steps of Moore and serve him in the future?
Tell me about the vision, young man.
I was on a hillside, and I was staring out over Talagaad, and two mighty figures were looking over the city. One seemed a messenger of Moore, and one was a large bearded man covered in fur, which I expected to be Tal. And they seemed to be in discussion. And after the discussion, the what I can only surmise as the messenger of Moore, he stared at me, and he reached out with a dagger to hand it to me, and then before I knew it, I woke up. It was very vivid, as if I was there.
I see. Is that the first time you had such a vision, young man?
It was a vision like this. It was like I was there. I smelt the grass. I can hear them speaking. It was nothing like I've ever had before.
Well, it looks like you have been touched by our god. That is interesting. You're not the only one who's a follower of the god of death and dreams in this city. Right behind the mighty walls of Talbaston is Paul von Solek, one of the most famous seers of Moore in the whole empire. It seems to me that our god has a mission or a plan for you, perhaps for all of us, for two people, two of his followers, to have visions is not something that happens too often. I mean, when both of them are in the same city. You should follow your dreams.
Should I speak?
See where they get you, and if you have a chance to speak with von Solek, tell him about them.
And his name is Paul von Solek?
Paul von Solek.
Paul von?
I'm going to write it.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. My patron saint.
Actually, you guys can roll for Knowledge Empire. Vincent rolls with added bonus.
Okay, and that's just intelligence. 2?
Yeah, it's intelligence.
Durr!
Von Solek. You have no idea who he is.
Oh, I recognize him.
Yeah.
He's a saint?
No, but he's a man, well, boy of, you think only 50 summers? He's like a kid, and he's already one of the most famous priests of Moore in the Empire. And it is said that he's a seer, that he actually receives direct communication from Moore himself. He's like You know, he's like a living saint. It's impossible to know where he's at any given time, but if the priest says that he is in Talabheim, then your visions, perhaps, you know, are more important than you think.
Yeah. Kind of like the Moors version of Luther Huss.
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I will search for him if I make it into the city.
You do that. And you speak to him if you have the opportunity. I
Thank you,
think it
Father.
might be very important. Now go. We have more rites to do here, to attend.
I get it.
And with that, he just, passed you by and walked towards more dead people to help them on their way to the other side.
Many more rights.
Yeah, you see that there will be many more.
Lots of more.
More.
Yeah, more for more.
Many more mores.
Many more mores. All right. So, what now?
Off to the Nine Tails, I guess.
I think if Nearhouse is gonna ignore us, we need to go back and we need to just straight up say his contact has been murdered. Like in front of the guards, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna let us talk to him otherwise, so we need to make it sound really serious. I mean, it is serious, but
And his daughter's been captured.
Yeah.
we
Yes,
got
the
her
one.
in Brooklyn. I know.
She's in a van. An unmarked van. All right.
Pulled by Lorenzo, our mule.
It was Lorenzo
An
all
unmarked-
along.
An unmarked mule.
Not gonna take me alive, copper. Says the mule.
Yep.
Now,
You exit the hospital, I presume. Outside, your mates await. They look at you expectantly. So, any luck?
I shrug.
Oh,
No.
of course not.
Unfortunately not. Let's get to in because it's starting to get dark.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. It's, I think I already saw some of those crazies as Leopold.
Where?
Well, they are gathering all around in the alleys near this hospital. Probably they wait for anyone left outside when the night comes, so they be able to drag them and burn them alive, or
Let's,
hang them, or I don't know, do unpleasant things to them.
All right. Well, let's get moving. I'm going to lead the way, and I'm going to try to give me some space in case anybody tries to jump me. It kind of gives you an opportunity to jump them. Got it?
Good idea, says Lucas.
All right. I want to kind of ready my shield and spear and start moving towards the Cat of Nine Tails.
All right.
Yeah, we got my sling out with a stone ready to go.
You move towards the Nine Tails. Fortunately, nothing bad happens to you, except for for the fact that you are walking through almost dead city with people. You can hear coughing and crying from almost all around you, from inside the houses, from behind the closed doors, from alleyways and streets. People who are passing you by look at you, with scared eyes. They look especially scared when they pass Gennaro, who's like shivering and coughing and looking really sick. But eventually you reach the ten-tailed cat, From inside you can see lights, so probably there are people, inside. But you don't hear any sounds of, merry drinking or of people having fun.
Okay.
You know what you'll find inside. You'll probably just find grim, resigned people who are drinking away their sorrows and their fear.
You guys stay here. Me and Vincent are going to go in and pay for a spot in the stable for the night.
All right.
Yeah, let's not even try getting a room with Gennaro being sick as he is.
I can pretend I'm healthy, guys. Says Gennaro.
Not fooling anybody.
Adrian, where are you? Yeah.
Did you guys like that picture I found?
Yeah. I had seen that before somewhere. I'm trying to think of where it's.
It was very good, actually. I really liked it.
It's a I don't know where it's originally from, but it's an old Renaissance painting of some sort.
Yeah, and it definitely, I think it could work, that Gennaro could become a priest one day after all the shit that he went through. Anyway, you enter the tavern. Like immediately, you see that it's like you've walked into into the place of mourning. People are sitting around the tables with their heads lowered, whispering to each other, drinking, some of them heavily. The mood is somber. Of course, as you entered, most of the people, look towards you to see if you are normal visitors or if you have the plague. Which fortunately you don't, at least not yet. And so, when they saw that you are not coughing or you're not shivering and that you don't have those horrible grey patches around your neck and chests, they return to drinking and eating, food that's... You can clearly see that the food is running short in Talagaad. The portions are small, and from what you can see, the food is even worse than the one that you ate before, traveling to Brightblood. You're approaching the bartender, the owner.
Yes.
Sluro, who's a former gladiator, as far as the tale goes. A powerful built man with a shock of dark hair. One of his eyes is completely white, and on the same on this side of the face he's got a nasty scar. It looks like a blade, almost, almost killed him. You want the room? He just asks, without saying hi or hello or something like that.
Well, actually, we have a mule, so we were wondering if we can, instead of a room, if we could just stay in your stable, perhaps.
You can.
For half the price of a room.
Staying in the stables right now costs exactly the same as staying in the room. These are tough times.
Well, we don't. Are there any of the livestock in there, or is it just going to be us with our mule?
Right now, it will be just you. There are a few horses there, and the stables are guarded by me and my servants. But yeah.
Well, we don't want to leave our property out of sight, so we would like to stay in the stable if that's okay with you.
Yes,
actually,
it is, of course.
If we're gonna have a watch as well. If you want to relieve your men, perhaps we can watch the stable for you. Maybe for a little bit of a discount.
My men are perfectly fine in watching the stables, just as I am. But, like I said, There won't be any problems with you staying in the stables.
All right. And then a meal for the night as well. Is that too much to ask in these times?
You want to eat there or here?
We'll eat there.
Yeah, something.
I'll prepare your meal. You'll take it with you.
Thank you. We'll need 5 meals.
So there will be 5 of you.
Yes.
Yes,
Plus a
and
meal.
yeah. How are we on feed for the meal? Do we
Yeah.
We
we
currently have 3 days of fodder left. So do we assume it will be 1 day or down to 2 days at this point?
But what, with your food?
Yeah. Can we also purchase a day's worth of fodder for the mule as well?
Yes, of course. I still have a bit of it. You can
Thank
buy
you.
it. I will add it to your check.
And how much will that be?
5 meals. You'll be staying for a night only?
Yes.
Hopefully, our business may require us to stay a second night, but we'll deal with that when the time comes.
Be advised that if you leave the stables, you might not be able to sleep there tomorrow. More and more people are coming here seeking shelter. I have only 2 rooms left. They will probably be occupied tomorrow. Just so you know.
Very well.
Anyway,
Well, what if we
it
did advance?
will be a single gold crown for the meal, for the night, and for the fodder for the mule.
So let's call it 2, and we'll reserve a spot for tomorrow as well, just preemptively.
Deal.
Deal. I got it.
Are you sure? I can cover a gold crown.
We got money specifically for this sort of thing, so
Okay.
there's 25 gold, 4 silver, 18 pennies left in the gold in the war chest. So
Yeah.
You pay.
What was that coughing in character?
Yeah, it's.
It sounds like you're coming down with something.
No, sorry, it's not cutting. I coughed.
I know.
And you don't think that you would want to say something like that to this guy who is like almost 2 meters tall and
Oh,
ripped with
yeah.
muscle.
I want to ask him something. Yeah.
Yes.
We're actually looking for a man. He has 1 lazy eye. Do they know what a lazy eye means?
Yeah.
So he knows I'm not like mocking him because he's missing an eye. But yeah, we're looking for somebody with a lazy eye. You could almost say it's dead.
He looks
It's
at
a
you.
dead eye. Have you seen somebody that might match that description?
He looks at you for a long time. Perhaps.
Well, I'm kind of surprised.
Why are you surprised if you are asking for this?
No,
I put 2 silver on the bar top as well.
we're trying to meet him.
Keep your money, halfling.
Trying to meet him for
Last time.
he is the reason of our business.
I see. Last time I checked, he went inside the gates some time ago.
Yes, well,
You'll find him in Talabheim.
thank you.
He speaks very quietly. And a tip, free tip. Don't ask just anyone about him.
Oh, a guy with a lazy eye?
Yes, a guy with a lazy eye.
I kind of wink and be like, right.
I got 2 cousins with lazy eyes. It's a lot more common than you.
I'll start preparing your meals. My servants will bring them to the stables.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable. Oh, and don't walk outside in the night. It's very dangerous on the streets.
Right. Well, I'll hey Sally, I want you to set up. I'll hang out here. And if it's okay, I can take the tray. Don't bother your servants.
Very well.
All right, I'll go back out to the guys.
You walk outside. You speak to the guys, and you make your way to the stables, which are right next to the ten-tailed cat. Inside there are a few horses, and it's clear that the stables are not the cleanest place. They stink of manure, and well, shit, really.
Is there a hayloft?
Yeah, there is a hayloft, but it's like this kind of damp, begin to rot hay.
Yeah.
With all that's happening, Slayer and his people probably don't have time or inclination to clean as much as they used to before.
I kind of want to sleep up there, so in case anything happens during the night, I have a clear shot with the sling, so I don't get stabbed in sleep or something.
All right, you can. It won't be very comfortable, but you can certainly do it.
Yeah,
on your way out. Yeah.
All right. So after you've made yourselves comfortable, place down your bedrolls and so on. You went for your meals.
Yep. I'll bring the meals back. Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Like I said, the food it only gotten worse.
Well, the upside is I'm delivering the food, so I get to choose, right?
Yeah. So there's a soup of beets and onions.
Oh, that's not bad.
There's rye bread and gravy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
There's boiled cabbage and onions. A popular meal among the poor folk of the empire, in fact. And then we have sour rye meal mash. And finally, there's some more boiled cabbage and onions.
Makes sense. Well, that's not too bad.
Also, did you order drinks with that?
Well, we ordered meals, but I think.
Yeah, so they've given you watered down pale beer.
Okay.
Which doesn't really smell too good and probably doesn't taste too good. You've also noticed one thing, that the portions are in fact like quarter smaller than the ones that you've eaten here before.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not looking too good for Talagaad, folks.
I'm gonna help Gennaro eat, make sure he gets everything down.
He politely declines your help. He's not like bedridden. He can eat by himself, but he of course thanks you. So I guess that you distribute the meals among you with some I don't know, special are you giving one particular meal to someone or not?
If there's a meal that I recognize to be healthier than the others, I'll pass that off to Gennaro.
Probably the soup is best for him.
Okay, well then I'll do that. Then otherwise I'm not very picky.
Yeah.
The rest sounds like edible garbage, so.
No, the rest is actually.
It doesn't sound bad compared to our last meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're eating it and it tastes, well, not very good. But it's not like it's not like slop bad. So
it's not gonna make you sick.
Yeah. So at least you don't eat shit. Anyway, you finished your meal. You've taken back the plates to the inn, and yeah, I guess that's it for this day. You guys are very tired. Gennaro immediately went to sleep after he finished eating. Which, by the way, I really need to remember rolling for those things.
The reason I offered to bring the meal is to keep things as private as possible with Gennaro.
Yeah. Once again, how many days ago Gennaro started coughing?
We said 2.
2.
So this will now be 3.
All right.
Like three as of the next morning, I think, right?
Okay, so I don't have to roll. Not yet. Ooh. Cool. Are you guys setting watch?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch. I gotta think about what the Priest of Moor spoke. So,
Okay.
So Sally, mind if I borrow your pipe?
Well, you're smoking it, right?
Can I smoke your pipe, Sally?
Yeah, as long as you use it for its intended purpose.
Yeah, I'll help you stay awake.
Yeah, sure.
Get this stench.
Do you know how like barns and stables they'll have the top door that you could throw hay out of? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
It's like is there one of those on here so we could kind of look out over the city?
Well, yeah, let's say that there are. Okay.
Okay, I just want to be able to see if there's a mob of flagellants coming.
You're not going to be able to, see the entire city. More like a couple of nearest streets. Remember that Talagaad is tightly packed, tightly packed town. Where space is rather limited.
But if there's a mob of like angry flagellants down the street, we could see them and dim the lights and keep quiet. You know what I mean?
Isn't it pronounced flagellants?
I think flagellants. Yeah.
Because when you say flagellants, I'm kind of like a bunch of people like walking down the street parking or something. Flatulence.
Flatulence.
Mob of flatulence.
That would be funny.
A big mob of people. Rah! Rah!
They just left the White Castle.
The cult of White Castle. Yeah, actually, when you've begun, to settle for the night, Gennaro is already snoring and coughing through his sleep, and you are, the first of you is taking his watch. You can hear in the distance shouting, cursing, and sounds of fighting really.
Okay, I want to have the crossbow. Yeah. Whoever's on watch will also have the crossbow with them.
You also probably know that it's a good idea not to light anything. Not to have a source of light in here because those crazies will just swarm to it like moths to a flame.
And of course, Vincent is very conscious of any small noise. I know obviously horses make noise, but listening for rodents.
Yeah, I know. You've made sure that the doors are closed so that no giant rattle will, enter the premises of your sanctuary. Still, each of you in the night thought that he was hearing scraping on the roof and on the walls. But maybe it was just your imagination. Who knows?
Well, if that's the case, I probably stayed awake a lot longer than my watch was supposed to be.
Alright. But fortunately, like I said, nothing happened in the night. When the rooster, cooed, right?
Crowed, yep.
Crowed,
yeah.
In the morning. You are all pretty reasonably rested. Of course, Gennaro, woke up coughing and shivering, but it's to be expected, really. Anyway, you're up. What now? You're hungry, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I say maybe a couple of us go into the tavern just in case the captain does show up. Did he say the next day?
Roll for
Did he give
intelligence.
Yeah, it was the next day at the field hospital, though, not here.
No, we said either one. We either said Cat of Nine Tails or the hospital.
Yeah, but alright.
Intelligence. Hey,
Both of
I've
you
been
know
smart
that
today.
there's a very small chance that he will show up. In fact, there's a very small chance that he will even send someone here. If you want to try and speak with him, you have to probably once again travel the Wizard's Way to the top.
Which I think we should discuss other options first. What if we can't get anywhere with him? I mean, is the committing a crime thing totally off the?
Well,
I don't want to risk that. That is like the city is falling down around us and we need to get inside type of thing, and I don't think that's going to work. I advised against it.
I mean, in such a situation, if we would commit crime, they would probably just hang us.
It depends on the crime, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but what crime do you want to commit? Like, I don't know, stealing?
They're not going to care about anything minor at this. They have mobs going through the streets killing people. They don't care about anything that they can't just resolve on the spot.
Exactly.
So I think we need to somehow use the connection with the daughter to get us in. Whether we have to fabricate something or we have to convince the daughter to help. We have. I think that's kind of our. Unless the priestess Shalia has another method of getting in. I don't.
She didn't. She just said we have to get in. We need an audience with this guy, and I think maybe we kind of subtly expose that his contact has been murdered. Like, we don't want to have to say this in front of all the guards and everything, but if we're not going to be able to speak to him directly, we kind of have to air out some dirty laundry.
Let's have a letter written to so whoever we do meet at the on the Wizard's Way, that we could be like, hey, if he doesn't want to give us an audience, hand him this, and then
Why don't we hand him the actual letter from him? You know what I mean?
That would work. And just put our letter, like fold it into one of our own letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need to say anything else. Just like, hey, we've retrieved this. Don't you want to know how we got it? You know what I mean?
Yes. And then maybe we can convince the daughter to sign the outside. That's not a whole lot to ask. And if she refuses to do it, maybe we can put ask the head priestess Shalia to at least put the Chilean seal on it, so there's some authority figure to encourage whoever's delivering the message to take it to the captains, just so they don't gaff it off as.
Why don't we just say it from his daughter, or it's concerning his daughter, and it's for his eyes only?
Yeah, that's another alternative. But if we could get her to sign it or have it sealed with the priestess Shalia, I think that would be, that puts all the odds in our favor.
Sally, roll for intelligence. You have, just roll.
Nothing. I mean, unless I get a big bonus.
No. Alright, so what's your plan?
So let's do that. Let's Do you want to? Let's write our own letter with saying that we need an audience with the captain in regards to this letter that's sealed inside. How about that? So we'll write that, and we'll if we can get it sealed with the seal of Shalia, we'll do that. And if we could get the daughter to sign it as, then we'll do that as well. Kind of throw everything into the bucket and to help our chances. So
I'm not sure we actually need to write anything. We just need to put that letter that we found.
Yeah, I think we need some kind of an explanation to not make it sound like we stole it from the dead man's corpse. We need.
Yeah,
we need
the seal of Shalia might be enough.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll write some kind of explanation. You have a writing kit, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So who has the better hand?
I'll write it.
Okay.
So, what kind of letter are you writing?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. You guys are hungry, by the way?
Yeah. Vincent, do you want to get some food from the inn?
Yeah, I'll go grab us some meals while you work on the letter. And then after we're done eating, we'll head to the hospital.
Cool.
So I'll go in, request 5 meals and 5 drinks.
Yeah. You see that actually at such an early day there are still quite a few people here who don't rather have any inclination of leaving this place. I mean, what are they supposed to do? They don't probably have any job, and outside is pretty dangerous, and so always nicer to just drink away your sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
So as you make your way through the between the tables, you approach Sluro, who looks tired, and of course he says, "No problem. You will get your meals. Since you've paid me 2 crowns, they are. Let's just say they're on the house."
All right. And obviously, if we don't come back tonight, then obviously the crown is yours.
Thank you, he says. But he's speaking that in a way that he knows it is.
Yeah, and I'm just confirming that.
Yeah.
No argument from me.
So, let's see what nice things you will get today.
How's that for the letter?
I'll check in a second. So, you've got mutton seasoned with horseradish. Not bad. Oatmeal porridge.
It's not bad.
Oh. Porridge made from... your favorite meal, Vincent. Porridge made from veg.
I'm glad I'm picking up the meals.
Yeah. Lentil soup. Whatever it is, I don't know.
Lentil, that's fine. It's like a pea or type of thing. It's good stuff. It's actually,
and of course, boiled dog and a dollop of lard.
Okay, we're doing paper, rock, scissors on that one.
that's pretty good. And by paper, rock, scissors, you mean I'm going to eat it inside the bar, then and bring the other meals out?
Yeah, so I guess you eat your portion, whatever you want there, yes?
Yep. Yeah, then I'll bring everybody else. And then, of course, the watered down whatever drinks being offered, and I'll
Yeah,
deliver the rest.
Watered down beer it is.
Yeah.
And then you bring the rest of the food, which it's not as good as it was yesterday to the guys. Well, I don't know how who's eating what since Sean and Andy are not here. They can take the veg and the dog.
Yeah.
I'll take the mutton with the horseradish. That sounded good.
I don't know if didn't you eat that, Jason, or did you eat the soup?
Well, what was the last one?
The last one was the dog.
The dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said duck. Okay.
No,
dog. Yeah.
You said I'm gonna eat that in the bar.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have the oatmeal then.
You've eaten the oatmeal, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sally, you've got the mutton, and Gennaro got the soup because it's good for him.
Yeah.
While the
The
boys
lentil
got
soup.
veg and and the dog lard.
They're not even here to complain.
No, what a shame.
And they scruff it down with satisfaction.
Yes, most definitely. So after you've eaten the meal, you've written the letter, Sally.
I show you guys the letter.
Yeah, basically. Where the
We
hell is
request immediate
Oh, yeah.
audience with you concerning our contact that was crafting an antidote for the
an
sickness.
anecdote for the sickness that has
Anecdote.
However, before he
Yes.
could craft the anecdote, he was murdered.
He's a comedian in his spare time.
Yeah, no anecdote for you, sir. All right. Well, I mean, when you read this, the guys, they're like Lucas and Leopold is. Oh yeah, that's fine. All right, that's fine. I mean,
With the letter we found that Nearhouse signed.
Yeah, let's try to get this sealed at the hospital if they're willing to do so.
you make your way to the hospital, which is not far. And actually, you see one thing when you make your way to the hospital. I'm going.
Stab it.
No, it's
Oh.
not that bad. Basically, because my PDF just froze. Oh yeah. Well, to put it simply, the conditions in Talagaad are terrible, and those conditions in and around the port were bad enough. But the plague is the last straw for the desperate refugees from Talagaad. You see that as you make your way towards the hospital, just after dawn really, a veritable army of over 400 Hochlanders, you see them, they charge through the streets up the Wizard's Way. You know, shouting, "Let us in! They have to let us in! We are not animals! We deserve to live! Let us in! Come on, people! They will have to let us in! There are so many of us! Come on!" You know, shouts one of the men, some kind of demagogue type bloke. It's clear that they want to enter the city. Actually, that huge group of people passes you by like only a dozen meters away from you. And you see that they are running up the Wizard's Way, you know, the Serpentine Way. And you see that when they reach 100 paces or so up the first couple of switchbacks of the Wizard's Way, the fortresses lining the Talabaston open up on the Hochlanders. Dozens of cannonballs explode into their disordered mass, ripping them and the streets behind them to pieces. Everything for 50 yards to their rear is either leveled or reduced to pulp. Wherever you are, wherever you would be, you would hear the cannon and feel the impacts of the shot, but you see what is happening. You see, you know, this horror. It takes less than a minute, and then it's over. But in front of your eyes, 400 people just disappeared. torn to shreds by massed cannon fire. It's horrible. It's the worst thing that you ever saw. It is literally horror. So please roll for your willpower.
More save. More send those people home.
Yeah, and it's actually a good idea to use luck points right now.
Okay, I'll use it.
Okay.
God!
Now, can you use can Brian use another luck to bring that below?
No. If you are using luck points so that you would get plus 10%, you have to declare that before spending the luck.
Okay.
Basically.
So just get ready to grab me in case I run.
Can
no.
I?
Yes.
Can I? I'm going to use a luck, but can I use a second luck to add a bonus?
No, you can only use one luck point for your roll.
Alright. Well, I'll use a
So
luck.
are you using it to get plus 10% bonus, or do you just
Well,
reroll the whole thing?
I have to. Well, I can't pass it with just the added 10%. So I'm just going to reroll the whole thing.
No.
We're not like actually in combat, so I think the worst that could happen is you could run a little bit, right?
Well,
or like
you're not going to escape. You just witnessed a massacre.
yeah.
You are in fact rooted to the spot because you saw in 1 minute you saw like 400 people, women, children, men running, and the next minute even less. Those people are dead, and they are not dead. They've been torn up by a massed artillery fire. It is literally the worst thing that you saw so far. It's even worse than the thing in the house, because that thing was unnatural and horrible, but this is so down to earth, just simply horrifying to see all those people die in such a manner that it breaks your sanity.
Alright. Well, I'm going to just re-roll.
Yeah.
Is that an insanity point then?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've already added insanity point to Gennaro. You guys also please add a single insanity point to your character sheets, and I'm going to roll for Sean and for Andy.
Is it 6 or 7 insanity points before you actually get an illness?
6, unless you have the talent, which ups them to 8.
Okay.
So, I actually need to check if Sean has how much willpower he has, but I don't think he passed it. No, so I'm going to use luck point for him. Alright, Sean passed, and now Andy. Oh, Andy, I don't think he did. Oh. Sorry. Where is Lucas? Lucas Color. Oh my god, he only has 29 willpower? How is that even possible? I don't think he updated his character sheet in a while. Well, okay, it's what it says. So...
Oh.
No, I mean...
That's 1 insanity point for everybody except Leopold?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to add this insanity points to Lucas' character sheet, but I don't believe that he has only 29 willpower with all the advances and whatnot. It's actually rather strange. Anyway,
Make a note of it.
so it's 2. Actually, Gennaro has 3 already.
Yeah, I've got 4.
You've got 4, Sally?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been through some shit.
Can you do things to remove insanity points?
There are spells. I think for light magic or metal magic. I think for metal magic, and you can of course go to a temple and try to even you can even cure yourself from the like mental sickness.
Okay.
But of course it's outrageously expensive.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that you die.
All right.
You can even go to a medic, but there's I think it's the Old World's Armory. There's a whole chapter about healing mental disorders, which basically I think there's a 50-50 chance that you either die or become a cretin of sorts, because he'll just, I mean, literally it's written in a way that you either be alright or you will be disabled.
Yeah.
Like you lose 2d10 from your intelligence, from your willpower. It's pretty horrible, but actually very, very accurate when you consider how they've treated such things in the past.
I think you're better off rolling on the insanity chart because some of them aren't that bad. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's not working like that, Brian. In my games, I'm actually deciding what kind of sickness you get, and I'm tailoring them to your characters because
some of them are like alcoholism and things like that.
For example, the player that I've mentioned before, when he created his character, he said that his character is already drinking too much. It's not like alcoholism, but he's because he killed his family, he was forced to, and so he made this part of his story that he's drinking to forget. And so when he finally snapped, I gave him alcoholism, which is extremely, which in one way, it actually, it's not that hard to roleplay, because in my games you have to roleplay mental sickness or you get minus points for your character. But it's also very, very nasty. Every time you can drink, you need to make a willpower roll. And by you can drink, I mean, for example, you are walking through the streets and you are passing a tavern. Or you see someone drinking. Or there's a stressful situation and you want to drink. So, this guy had to, constantly testing his willpower. Because he was, it's like real life alcoholism, because that's how alcoholism works. You just find any any means to drink.
I think I have in my backstory I was drinking heavily towards the end of my time in Thalia.
Well, let's just say, okay, like I said, I don't have any idea what kind of mental disorders you guys get, if you live long enough to get them. But if it comes to that, I of course will message you, because these things are private. And I will tell you how it works. I usually don't give disorders like being possessed or something like that, because they're quite nasty.
I think Sally could also become like a megalomaniac, just like his personality already. You know what I mean? If he gets pushed over the edge.
Actually, either that or I could make you heartless, but that's very nasty. I will probably try to give you disorders that will not cripple the party, because it's very easy for a disorder to just kill the entire party. For example, you give someone schizophrenia, and in the eyes of people in the old world, they're possessed, and they will burn at stake, because you are speaking to yourself on the street, so you are clearly possessed. In fact, the player with alcoholism was killed by the party, because he also began to attract demonic attention with his drinking, because his soul was very weak. And there's it says in the rule book that people suffering from alcoholism can fall very easily to Slanesh. Because they're weak, their will is very weak, and they crave alcohol. They are addicts, and Slanesh is basically always on lookout for addicts. So the mages in the party, they were very concerned, because they saw that basically ghosts are began to surround him and something like that. And so when it came to this, they just ratted him out to the Temple of Sigmar, and one of the mages assisted in his death, basically. He fired. Ironically, the mage that could probably saved him, because it was the metal mage. But he fired the arrows, the silver arrows of Archa, and just skewered him through the chest with them. It was the second party death, inner party death, because so far 3 guys, they've lost 3 people in the party. Only one of them got killed by Skaven. The other 2 were killed by the other players. So I'm very happy that your party is not like that. Please keep it that way.
We had that one guy the first couple games we played. Remember?
No, he played on a
Purvis.
yeah he played only a single game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, my God, I'm
I
trying to
think we were
forget.
ready to kill him though. Like the next game, if we ever found him again, we were about to kill him.
Yeah, but he was shit player.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyway, you just saw the massacre. You can still
Goodness.
hear ringing in your ears. You can see clouds of smoke surrounding Tau Baston and the highest tower and smaller garrison towers. You are literally just standing there in horrified awe at what just happened. You just saw a huge group of Empire citizens being killed by Empire army, and you are terrified.
All right.
Because
Well,
you just realized how close you were yesterday to death.
All right. Well, I guess I'm at one insanity point.
You just at one?
That was my first insanity point. I guess I made it through the haunted house pretty well.
Yeah, you did. Although in Haunted House, I think there's only one chance to get insanity point at the last fight.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to kind of stay frozen in my spot while everything kind of, as my mind tries to absorb what just happened in front of me.
You are, except Lucas, who is wrestling with Lorenzo, who after the cannonade, almost broke free with fear and terror, and is like, braying loudly.
Did he?
The poor animal probably is half deafened by all the cannon fire.
Did he pass his insanity?
In fact, yes, he did.
Lorenzo's a boss.
Lorenzo is just, he's the man.
Yeah.
He will make you bring your shine box.
All right, I'm going to. Vincent's
Son of
gonna.
a bitch!
Vincent's gonna drop to one knee over it all.
Okay. And I presume you are speaking prayer to more.
Oh yeah. Well, once I collect myself, I'm probably kind of awestrucken for a good 30 seconds to a minute, and then once I collect myself, I'm going to be probably repeating the same prayer to more the whole way till I get distracted by showing up at the hospital.
Oh yes, definitely. You are all waiting for a good few minutes. Leon just sat on the ground. Lucas is trying to. Well, he actually managed to calm Lorenzo down. Gennaro is. I think you think he actually forgot about being sick because he's just looking dumbstruck at the Wizard's Way. Sally, you also can believe what happened. Yeah, so after a good few minutes, you managed to get yourselves together. And
I want to go back up there, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my mask back on.
Yeah, you can actually the smoke from the cannonade, and together with the smell stench of torn bodies made its way down, and you can smell it in all its horrifying bloody glory. Fun times. You make your way towards hospital. Eventually reaching the place. Of course, as you are passing by the few people who are standing there, you can hear them speaking about this horrible encounter. But it's like, it's the people in the Empire can be really heartless. You hear them saying, "Well, what those damn Hochlanders thought they were doing anyway? They thought that they were going to let them enter. Ha! I say, it's good that they are no longer here. Damn bottom feeders. At least there will be more food for us." something like that. So, who goes
I
inside?
glare at whoever says that.
What?
I glare at whoever I heard say that.
They don't even notice. It's like just two citizens of Talagaad, dirty, thin. Obviously, they didn't didn't eat well for past few days, just like most people. So I guess that you and Vincent go inside, right?
Yeah, Sally. Why don't you talk to the head chalet and priestess?
Okay. I go to find the priestess.
You don't have to look far. You don't have to look for long because you can see her, Sister Anne, speaking quietly to a sick man, lying in one of the makeshift beds. Of course, as usual, the hospital is full to the brim. There are also the grim-faced priests of Moor walking around. Yeah, so you approach her. She sees you walking. You can see that she probably haven't slept. In fact, probably for a few days now because her eyes are red-rimmed. She's obviously exhausted. Oh, Halfling, you are here once again. How can I help you? As you can see, I have lots of things to do, so please make it quick.
We're gonna make our way up to the Wizard's Way today.
I've heard what happened. It's horrible. You should.
Yeah, we saw it.
So then you should be extra careful if you want to do that. They will
I was hoping.
Shoot first and ask questions never.
That's what I'm afraid of. But if we do get close enough to have a conversation with them, I think if you could put your seal on this envelope, it might give us enough time to speak to Nearhouse.
Madam, could
Yes?
can you coerce the captain's daughter to come with us?
I don't think it's a good idea.
In the light of what just happened.
I know, but that's not especially a good idea. Think about what will happen if you will bring the girl up. If the captain will find out that you brought his girl up the way that on which just 400 people were murdered.
Well, I just don't want there to be 405.
I will prefer 405 than 406, if I have to be completely honest. I know your type of people, adventurers, vagabonds. It's your, let's say, professional risk. But it's not that girl's. And she hates her father.
Well, if you could put your
I will put my seal there, but this is the last time I want to speak with you about this. Try make your way to the city. If not by Nearhouse, then find some other way. I don't know. Scale the walls, go underground. There must be another way. But please, we are at our strength's end here. You can see that. And each time you walk here, you risk being exposed to the plague. You have a mission to do. For all of us, for Shalia. Give me that paper.
I hand it to her. We appreciate your help.
She quickly, makes her signature. Here. I don't know if it will help. I'm a priestess of Shalia, and Captain Nearhouse is a man of... Well, he's a soldier, let's just say that. I don't think that my signature will help you in any way. It will probably... you'll probably have to depend more on your wits. And your...
Well, if your signature doesn't help, hopefully your prayers will.
I will pray for you, and I will help, and I will pray for your success. But
thank you.
It's up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to Christine. It's up to you. So please, help us.
All right. Sally, should we just go up? That the others stay behind, because we're certainly not going to be let in right away.
I think Yeah, I think we're less likely to get fired upon if there's just two of us, too.
Yeah.
All right.
So you exit the hospital. You speak to the rest of the party, I presume, and you're making your way up the Wizard's Way.
Yep.
All right. You live, of course, Leopold, Lucas, and Gennaro stay behind, and they actually think it's a good idea for only two people to walk up. And it's not that they want, that they want to rat out on you or anything, but it is a good idea, especially since you saw how little value to life the soldiers in this garrison actually have. Value for life, sorry. So you make your way up the tower. You pass through the craters filled with human remains.
Oh, can I say something to the group before we take off?
Yes.
If we get killed and this plague spreads and Talabheim falls, make sure everyone back in Altdorf and Nuln knows that Nearhouse is responsible.
We will. Don't worry.
I nod and cross my fingers.
Yeah, you walk up. You pass the fragments of bodies. You can't recognize most of them. The cannonade was so thorough that these people were just annihilated. There are cannonballs buried in the ground, alongside crushed powdered bodies, fragments of bone, like intestines. It's horrible. It's like walking through a battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to mumble a prayer to more.
All right.
The whole way up.
All right. You go up, and as usual, as you are on the top, 10 men approach you. They exit from a small reinforced door to the side of the entrance, the main entrance. Same as before. 10 men, 5 halberdiers, 5 handgunners. This time you see that their faces are even more grim and determined and set like stone than before. You recognize the corporal who spoke with you yesterday. What now? Tell me one good reason why I shouldn't perforate your bodies right now. He's clearly, extremely angry.
I hold the envelope out to him.
What is this? If the captain refuses to see us, then we'll deliver this. Then deliver this message to him in our stead.
What?
Show me this message.
I hand it to him.
He takes out the letter. He reads it. Wait here.
Well, I think it's sealed.
Then he just opens the seal.
Oh, okay.
He looks at you. You wait here. I'll bring this to the captain. You try anything funny, and my men will kill you. Is that understood?
We totally understand.
Watch them, he says to his men, who, just like before, the halberdiers surround you, and the handgunners aim at your heads with their black powder weapons. The corporal disappears in the gloom of the entrance, and this time only after a few minutes, he returns. Looks at you. By the way, he returns without the letter. The captain will see you. Follow me. You will leave your weapons here. And it's not like you have any saying in that matter, because a few of his men just approach you and unceremoniously relieve you of your weapons. You get them back after the meeting, he says.
Very well.
The corporal leads you back. into the sorry, into the corridor right behind the entrance. The corridor is dark. It's been clearly like made in the rock itself, rock of Talabheim itself. Torches light the whole corridor, but they seem to not be doing a very good job because there's gloom everywhere. Finally, you are led to another set of doors, encased in iron. The corporal knocks a few times. Then you don't hear actually anyone from inside, saying anything. But the corporal opens the door. Enter, he says, and makes a few steps back. Well,
all right. I will.
There are also two guards standing in front of the door, who are giving you a mean eye, but they don't say anything, and they.
I step in.
All right, Sally. By the way, you've noticed that the knocking. It was probably some sort of code. It was like.
Okay.
Something like that. And you've noticed this because in criminal organizations, people do similar things. You enter through the door, which you could see was locked from inside with a bar. You actually didn't heard anyone lifting the bar, but apparently it's well oiled. The doors are so tight that you have to go there one at a time. The room inside, it looks like a cell. The walls are lined with black stone. There's a desk. No one sits behind the desk. While on the desk there are a few candles burning and giving the whole place an eerie look. As you enter the cell, you look around. You don't see anyone, but suddenly behind you the door slams shut, and you see a man who was standing right behind the door, the open door, with two pistols aimed at each of you. The pistols are beautifully made, handmade. Obviously handmade, but decorated with floristic motifs, and they are, of course, without a doubt, loaded. Without the word, the man shows you with one of the pistols to walk to the far wall, and just stay there. You can see that he's of average height. He's got blue and gray eyes, hard blue and gray eyes, blonde, short cropped hair. He's beginning to bald, actually. Well built and very grim. Aside from those pistols, he also has a long sword strapped to his belt, a long swordbreaker dagger. There's a shield propped against the wall next to him, and he of course has a full mail armor on which there's a livery of Talagheim present. Put present.
Sir, if we were the ones that killed your contact, we wouldn't want to talk with you.
He just points with the pistol for you to move towards the wall, not saying anything. You know that probably he won't point the third time. He'll just shoot.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, moving.
All right. As you've made your way, it's actually behind his desk. Funnily enough. Anyway, as you made your way to the far wall, he says, I don't know you. Any of you. You're no agents of Talabheim. Who are you and what do you want? Be quick about it.
We are agents of the Empire.
I highly doubt that.
We were informed by the priestess of Shalia that a particular apothecary was working on a something to heed this plague, and we were tasked to go to his home and investigate what was going on. Unfortunately, we found the man dead.
Wait, what apothecary? You see that there's a look of genuine surprise and fear in his eyes. Oh, by the way, it's Widenhof, not Dobler. My bad.
It's what?
The dead apothecary's name was Widenhof.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What apothecary? Speak now!
His name is Widenhof?
You see that his eyes widen and he goes visibly pale, sagging slightly against the wall. They know. Thousand blood, they know, he mutters.
It appeared he was assassinated. The dagger in the back of his neck was like nothing I've seen before. It didn't look like it was...
You do see that he doesn't even listen to you. It's just like, horrified by what you just said. They know.
But we have his work.
Do you have Widenhof's notes? You have them?
Yes.
You must get into the city, but I cannot let you take the way. Listen, there is a man named Eladio, an Estalian. Ask for him at the docks. Tell him Nearhouse says, this must ride the dragon's tongue. In the city, seek out the apothecary Daubler. And without waiting for you to reply, he yells, Guards! The door opens, and his men immediately poke their heads in. These gentlemen are leaving. Nearhouse looks at you, and you see tears forming in his eyes. Go! All our lives are forfeit if you don't do as I say. They will know, or at the least suspect something. May Tao have mercy upon you all. And with that, his men just, take you by shoulders, by arms, and escort you from his cell. The doors...
Okay, he's Eladio and Estalian at the docks, and I missed the part after that. There was like a code word or something we had to say?
The code phrase was, this must ride the dragon's tongue.
Right or ride?
Ride.
Okay. Dragon's tongue.
As you are led outside, you see that the captain closes the door behind him with an ominous slam. You wonder if you ever see this man again. And that's it for today.
Fall down the stairs after he murdered all those people.
Yeah.
Or drowned in his soup or something.
That's it for today.
Alright.
Good job, guys. It was definitely fun.
Yeah. It certainly moved forward. Progress has been made.
Yeah, actually a lot of progress has been made. We are almost at the end of Chapter 2. And actually I've already prepared Chapter 3 just in case. But Chapter 3 is very short. Right, so I'm going to give you your points now.
This worked out pretty well for just two people.
Yeah.
I think it would. Yeah, everything would have been really crowded if like all four of us wasn't doing everything.
Yeah. So for today's game, everyone gets. Everyone, you guys, get 50 points.
Okay.
Your characters 10 points. Your religion. Vincent gets 10 points without a doubt. And Sally, what about you?
I said something about Esmeralda.
Yeah, there was something. Alright, so 5 points for you. Sounds good?
Oh, and I did the cross fingers when we left the priestess.
Yeah.
Alright, you did?
Yeah.
Actually, it was when we were just walking up the Wizard's Way the second time because I thought we were gonna get shot.
Yeah, well, yeah. You after you told the party that only two of us was going, you shook their hand and crossed your fingers, and that's when you
Yeah.
did a little something, something.
I said if we get killed, to tell everyone back home Nearhouse is responsible for Talabheim falling.
Yeah.
Right. But that's like run out thing, something like that.
Yeah, the crossed fingers. That's the sign of Ronald.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so cool. I can give you 10 points for that. So your place of birth, Visenland. I'll give you 5 points, Vincent, because you've mentioned it. But I don't think you were that much Visenlandi today.
Yeah, I tried to be with after the people got shot in the river, but it was hard to role play just being kind of dour and life happens.
Yeah. And Sally, what about you? Tailia, Moot, anything?
I said the only way I ever killed rats was with my sling down at the docks and back home.
Yeah. All right, so 5 points because yeah. So your star sign, Vincent.
Gungren's Baldric, militant. This not a whole lot.
I'll give you 5 points for the
them.
priestess, and actually, yeah, because you tried to talk some sense into her, something like that. Fortunately, you didn't like overstep.
Yeah.
Sally, what about you?
Ria's Cauldron, Righteous, Fearless, Merciful. I was taking care of Gennaro a lot, and
yeah, 10 points. 10 points for you because you were even overbearing, but in a good way. I mean, in a good way, with the sign. So yeah, Doom, Vincent.
Doom is may the tiniest of Tal's children feast upon
10
thy
points,
God.
10 points without a doubt.
Yeah, I was reaching
rats,
for that
rats,
one.
Rats everywhere.
Yep.
All right, and you, Sally?
The blind maiden shall wait thy soul. I don't know. I was trying to be a good guy this time. I didn't really have any opportunities to be a bad guy. So.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
It's more of a perspective thing, I guess. It's not really action.
I will give you 5 points for when those guys, mentioned that, yeah, fuck the Hochlanders, it's good that they got shot. And you were like, giving them the eye. It was actually pretty cool. Okay, so I'll give you that. 5 points for Halfling, role-playing. And you guys get another 5 points each for the idea with the letter and so on. It was pretty cool. It was... because there was a very easy way to speak with Nearhouse, actually. But your way was much more interesting. So I think it deserves additional points. Okay, so that's it.
What?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to tell us what that easy way was?
Well, just rolling for fellowship, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't hard, actually, I first time I didn't let you speak with him because you were saying something, about the daughter and something like that, and the corporal just assumed that you were like, you were trying to scam him, But the second time with the letter was very good idea. Yeah, it was very cool, good idea. So that's it. That's the points which I've given to you. And next game, how about 18th of June? How's that sound?
I think that works for me. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to, of course, write about this on our group today. And well, depending on how the people will view it, we'll hopefully be able to play in a whole group. We will try to avoid situations like now that there's almost a whole month without a game.
The 18th is probably the last time in July that I could play though, because I have the move.
You mean June?
In June.
Oh yeah, that's what.
Okay, so we'll try the 18th, or if not, then I don't know, maybe 11th. We shall see. By the way, Brian, when you move, will you still have your? Will you still be only able to play, on Sundays, or?
Saturday should open up again.
All right. At least for some time, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so we shall see. I mean, right now it's 18th. Then we shall see. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for the game.
All right, cool.
And as usual, if you have any questions, catch me on Facebook or on Skype. I always on Skype because I have it on my phone. I'll be glad to help.
Alrighty.
Okay. So.
Is the note file in there for today?
Yeah, the note file is on the very top.
Okay.
Journal 406-2017.
I'll get them typed up this week or next weekend.
Cool. Then just give us a call on the group that the notes are up.
Okay.
All right. See you later, guys.
All right. See you.
See ya.